fight the world, I fight you, I fight myself, I fight God, just tell me how many burdens left. I fight pain and hurricanes, today I wept. I'm trying to fight back tears, flood on my doorsteps. Life and living hell, puddles of blood in the street, shooters on top of the building, government aid ain't relief. Earthquake, the body drop, the ground breaks, the poor run with smoke lungs and scarred face. Who need a hero? You need a hero, look in the mirror, there go your hero. Who on the front lines at ground zero? My heart don't skip a beat even when hard times bumps the needle. Mass destruction and mass corruption, the souls of suffering men, clutching on deaf ears again, rapture's coming. It's all prophecy, and if I gotta be sacrificed for the greater good, then that's what it gotta be.
You gon' pray for me, take my pain for me, save my soul for me, 'cause I'm alone to see if I won't die for you.
And welcome everybody to week 1 of the NFL season live on the Carolina Cast. It is the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I am Chris Verma alongside Matthew Sadik. We are ready for today's game. And Matthew, week 1 of the NFL season, it has been a long road. The Panthers last year nearly making the postseason at an under 500 record. Now they come back this year looking better than ever. Free agency moves. Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, who is out. We will get to that in a moment. Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, Von Bell, and many more move up in the NFL draft to select our future quarterback in Bryce Young, who will start and make his NFL debut today for the Carolina Panthers. Man, Matthew, it's good to be back with football.
Yeah, Bryce Young may be a little shaky in his first game, but it's just really exciting. Football's back. The Carolina Panthers are back, and it's a big divisional rival game against the Atlanta Falcons, who I believe is one of the teams that can win this division. It's pretty much between the Panthers, Falcons, and Saints, who all went 7-10 last year. The Buccaneers lost Tom Brady. Their team's getting older. I don't think they're in that race to win this division, but this is going to be in a close division race, and these first 2 weeks for the Panthers are pivotal to win this division.
As we are moments away from kickoff, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. The Carolina Cast is now on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We reached 1,000 just a few moments and months ago. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, we are at Carolina Cast Sports, all undercase. And if you want to follow us on Twitter/X, we are Carolina Cast _15. As I'm going to go and check out the comments section. What's going on, God Gamer, Miles Bunning? How are y'all doing today? We are ready for Panther season, and we're going to have to start off on the road. We got a tough task. We really do. I mean, we have to go up against a division rival in week 1, and it doesn't get any easier. Next week, we got Monday Night Football at the Vault, but we got to host the New Orleans Saints. So we're playing a lot of these NFC South teams early on in the season, and these games are going to mean a lot going forward.
Yeah, and the Panthers, you have to note that they have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL, which could really help them win this division because they have a majority of, they have their 6 games against the NFC South, of course, but the other division that they're playing is the AFC South, which is the worst division in the AFC or the NFL, you could say. These are the 2 worst divisions in the NFL, and the Panthers are going to have an easy time, in my opinion, beating teams like the Texans, the Titans, and the Colts. The Jaguars might be a little tough, but that's near the end of the year. Maybe if the Jaguars already clinched, the Panthers will get a free win because they won't be trying.
Yeah, and with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into this Panthers game a little bit more. On the Panthers side, I mean, it's been talked about for the last few weeks. Brian Burns has had some severe contract issues with Carolina. They are reportedly not close on a deal still, but Brian Burns is suited up and will likely play today. Matthew, what are your thoughts on this whole Brian Burns situation? Because we have to keep in mind, last season when the Panthers were on a fire sale, trading Christian McCaffrey, trading Robbie Anderson, who is formerly known as Chosen Anderson now, Brian Burns was offered by the Los Angeles Rams. We were offered 2 first-round picks. We decided to decline the trade to try and give the man a bigger contract next season. Now, fast forward, Carolina won't give him his money. So what do you think the whole holdup and issue is?
Yeah, one of the main issues is Nick Bosa with his huge contract. Now that's really going to affect Brian Burns getting extended with the Panthers. I think this is going to be really tough, but I think the Panthers are going to have to get it done. Brian Burns is an amazing talent. He's still young. I think you have to extend him for 3 to 4 years to keep this amazing defensive core alive. And you also got a great defenders like J.C. Horn, who's also amazing. Shaq Thompson. This defense is just getting better, and it's such a great young core. I think the Panthers can end this season with a top 10 defense in the NFL, maybe top 5 if they really prove that they are one of those amazing defenses in the NFL.
And now we know the rookie quarterback Bryce Young making his NFL debut today. We might not want to put a lot of pressure on him because we know guys like DJ Chark is not going to be in the lineup today. You're going to have to trust the second-round rookie Jonathan Mingo, Terrace Marshall to step up, and including free agent signing Adam Thielen, who is considered our wide receiver 1. So, Matthew, what are your expectations for the rookie QB?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think things are going to be shaky. I think maybe first quarter Panthers have a slow start, can't really score much. But I think in that second half, Bryce Young is really going to have a big, he's going to have a big step. I think he's going to take a big step in this game. It's a tough game to play against your divisional rivals in the first game of your NFL career. And the Falcons also don't have the best quarterback. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think Bryce Young is going to get better over the season. I think it's going to be a shaky start, like I said, but he'll have a very solid game. I think Adam Thielen's going to play really well in his Panthers debut.
As the Carolina Panthers are now taking the field in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it is almost underway. The Falcons get introduced. Bryce Young and your Carolina Panthers taking the field. It is nearly time for week 1 of the NFL season with the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. We will go on a commercial break. When we come back, it will be kickoff time. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we will be right back after this.
Welcome to the
you make it when you're sitting down to moving packs. Make up two jumping jacks like she was an acrobat. Had these looking at me crazy cause I got face tats. Ooh, drip, drip, drip. I cannot go away for drop a million on my crib. Now the pump is rich as ooh, and I'm still at my probation. Poker broken full of mixer. You just broken, you just hating. All these diamonds on me skating. Man, I do this every day. Spend 3,000 ounces of shades. I got in and lay. Your boyfriend broke his diamonds fake.
Welcome to the party. 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 Step up in the party. Step up in the party high.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, it is time for week 1 of the NFL season. The Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Chris Verma alongside Sam Durham. And as you saw, we had some brand new intros come up. We are hyped up for this game. Sam, how are you feeling?
I was going to try to say something motivational about this team, but I think that video is, I don't think there's anything that can pump me up more than that. We've got a very exciting season on our hands. We don't know how the team's going to play, but we know that we're going to put on a show here on Carolina Cast. So this is a very exciting year for this team. This is a very controversial year. This is almost like, I don't want to say a make or break year, but this is going to tell us a lot of things about the future of this team. And I've been hearing about number 9 for months. I've been hearing about a lot of these guys for months. I want to see it finally happen today. So I'm excited to see, even if there may be a couple pieces that are out today, I'm excited to see what this new Panthers offense looks like, and pretty much almost an entirely new roster.
Yeah, and with that new roster, we still have trust in this team. Here are our scoring predictions for today's game. Everyone is taking the Carolina Panthers.
I really hope that ages well. I mean, that could come back. This picture right here could come back to bite us. But yeah, obviously, I'm not sure about the 7-point win or the 6-point win. I'm not really feeling that. I think the 4 and the 1. I mean, I feel like whenever we play the Falcons, it's always pretty dramatic, especially at Mercedes-Benz. I mean, we know last year, you and I were right here, actually. We were doing the same thing, and a very exciting game nevertheless, even if it didn't go the way we wanted. So I hope that we can see some fireworks on both sides of the ball today. 2 quarterbacks that have a lot to prove today for sure. So they're going to have pressure on them. Even if it's not a Carolina, I'm expecting a loud atmosphere. So without further ado, I think the Falcons are going to get the ball first here, Chris. So let's get started.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Frank Reich, the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers, is 40-33 record as a head coach in the NFL. This is, like I just said, his first season with the Carolina Panthers. And Arthur Smith, 14-20. This is his 3rd season with the Atlanta Falcons. This is kind of a make or break year for Arthur.
Yeah, I mean, I think 7-10 in the past 2 seasons. He's done good with the talent that he's had, but he hasn't done great. So we'll see if he can do it this season in a wide open NFC South division. But Frank Reich, he's had a new quarterback every single season that he's been head coach. So maybe it'll take some time to get used to him as
the kickoff is underway.
Not the best of kickoffs, but I'm really glad that we got the spin for it to land as a touchback, because an out of bounds for a 40-yard would not have been great for the first play of the game right there.
Yes, as we have our brand new scoreboard up, week 1 is underway. There is Bijan Robinson, Sam. All the hype has been around him and Bryce Young for this game.
Yeah, I mean, I know some fantasy owners who have a lot of hope in this guy right here, number 7. Over 3,000 yards for the Texas Longhorns in college. I mean, this is just, I don't want to say a can't-miss prospect, but the raw talent is pretty undeniable. Then again, we said the same thing about number 8, Kyle Pitts, who's right there, and he hasn't done much, so we'll see.
Here we go, the first snap of the NFL season for both teams. It's Ritter stepping back, throws over the middle, ball is batted up, and it is caught by Desmond Ritter. So it's going to be a loss of a few yards, but what a start for the Panthers defense.
Yeah, as I'm still getting used to this new Fox ticker right here. I was kind of expecting our old one, but I think I want to say that's I'm not sure if it was the hand or not, but
It was Derek
that's
Brown.
Derek Brown. He is in our intro for a reason. You're gonna see a lot of plays from him, but I'm not trying to like commentators curse anything. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a run here on second down.
Yeah, and there is the run with Bijan Robinson. He's going to get a few yards on the play. First ever run in his NFL career, which at least counts. Bijan gets a couple of yards. That's going to make it third and manageable for the Atlanta Falcons as we take a look at this offense.
I mean, just that ability to go from 0 to 20, like miles per hour wise, is just in a couple seconds. The acceleration is undeniable from Bijan right there. But big third down, 3rd and 8, so more yards than I thought the Falcons were going to work with. So this could be a potential stop here.
3rd down and 8. Ritter steps back. The pressure gets to him. The ball is out. He recovers it. But it's Shaq Thompson and company getting to Desmond Ritter. And your Carolina Panthers are going to force a 3 and out. Brian Burns fired up in that 0.
And if only... And he's just adding more evidence to why he should be getting those dollar bills pretty soon. Brian Burns, he's going to come off the edge right here. He just makes a spin move. And for the Falcons wise, it's not able to be contained. Caleb McGarry, he just lets him right by him. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back here as new Panther Smith Marset going to return the punt.
Yes, this will bounce back, and Carolina's going to have some very nice field positioning as Brian Burns. I mean, he is that guy, but here is the other guy. We will see him in action. Onto the field comes Bryce Young, the number 1 overall pick and the future of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, a really good start on defense, so let's see what the offense can do. And, it looks like we've got some extracurricular activity, and there seems to be some laundry on the field here, Krish.
Yes, a flag is down. I'm not really sure what the holdup is. There's a big huddle with the refs. They're taking their sweet old time right here. But as we wait for the call, Sam, what do you expect? This is Bryce Young's first drive of his NFL career. It's going to be holding against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, it may have not affected the spot of the ball originally, but it's going to affect the spot of the ball now. I think it's going to be called on Jesse Franklin right here, I believe. So, Sam, I don't know. Is that Sam Franklin, I think.
Sam Franklin, yeah. Sam Franklin is going to be called.
So, I don't know how many yards this is going to be, but for Bryce, he's getting ready, I guess, right now. He looks pretty pumped up, so.
Oh, my gosh.
New Panther, Miles Sanders in the backfield. So, a lot of new first impressions. Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver here, too.
As here's the run, it's Miles Sanders, who just signed a 4-year, $25 million contract with Carolina. He gets the handoff, gets a couple of yards as we take a look at the Carolina offense.
Yeah, and the guy I'm actually really looking forward to see is Chandler Zavala. Another NC State offensive lineman besides Icky. And I think Icky turned out pretty well, so that was a part of the big factor for the investment that the Panthers made, and then Jonathan Mingo as well, but out of all the players we want to see play well today, it's definitely Bryce Young.
So after the pickup, 4 yards, as looks like Laviska Shenault, we heard he's going to play wide back a lot this season, take that Deebo Samuel role. He is in the backfield on 2nd and 6. Bryce's first throw over the middle, and it is caught for the Carolina Panther first down. I believe that was Terrace Marshall. And yes, it is Bryce Young. His first career pass is a first down to Marshall.
2 things right there. Great to see Bryce's composure in the pocket. So the offensive lineman holds up strong right there. But also Terrace Marshall Jr., this is a guy who we are counting on to make plays this season. And he's able to get a pass in the open field against a pretty loaded Atlanta Falcons secondary that became stronger over the offseason. So good to see these kind of things happen early right here.
Another handoff to Sanders up the middle. He's got some good yards. Heading up ahead is Sanders, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and short, and the Panthers are marching in to Falcons territory.
And, I mean, I don't want to say that they're not awake, but the Falcons, they just don't look ready right now. The Panthers, they just want it more early. And 2nd and short here, this is maybe a down that you can take a shot.
Man, what a start for Carolina. Bryce Young already finding his guys. Miles Sanders running the football very well. I know it's only been a few plays, but definitely the start you want here on 2nd and 1. Looks like Chuba Hubbard will be in the backfield. Thielen on the left, Mingo on the right. 2nd and 1, play clock winding down. They get it off. It's a handoff to Chuba. He's running the football, and he will pick up a Carolina Panther first down.
I know it was a first down, but that play just didn't really look right to me. I don't know why. The pre-snap communication right there was just, they wasn't really there. But able to get a first down because of the 2nd and 1 anyway. And it looks like Hubbard's going to stay on the field. This is another guy, even though he's an RB2, he's still going to get, I would say, a decent amount of carries this season, especially in the red zone. So
expect big things. This is a big year expectation-wise for Chuba Hubbard. Now on 1st and 10 for Carolina. A play action. No, Bryce Young lost the football. It is free. And a little bit of a miscue, a rookie mistake on what looked like a read option. Luckily, Young is able to hop back on the football, and Carolina will hold on to it.
Yeah, I don't want to say a welcome to the NFL moment right there, but almost sort of. This, I'm pretty sure Hubbard thought that it was going to be a handoff, and Bryce thinks it's play action. I think that was originally, that was drawn up for Hayden Hurst in the flat for a check down, so.
And he knows that's on him. He's going to make up for it already.
It's good to see that we're at least getting the ball back on this, because a turnover right there would just drain everything from this team.
2nd and 13, Young is going to dump it short. That is caught. It's Laviska Shenault. He breaks one tackle, breaks another before he's tripped out of bounds. A gain of a few yards. Shenault has some words for brand new Falcon Jesse Bates, as it'll be 3rd and long for Carolina.
He wasn't really set up in the best situation right there. The Falcons defense, they call a blitz play, and they were able to get to him pretty quickly. So as a result, only a gain of 2 yards, and 3rd and 11 here. I don't want to say this is uncomfortable field goal range, but some extra yards wouldn't hurt for sure.
Yes, as Eddie Pinheiro does not have the best of history while kicking for the Carolina Panthers in this stadium. So whatever yards you can get right here could be useful. 3rd and 11, play clock winding down. Young takes the snap. He throws it short. It's caught by Shenault. He's got some room. Laviska Shenault, first down and more, into the 20-yard line. Red zone for the Carolina Panthers.
And the play recognition right there from Bryce Young. You have all of these guys coming at you. There has to be somebody else open on either side of the field. There's only 11 players the Falcons can run. And a great block by Thielen right there to set it up. We know that Laviska Shenault is a threat when it comes to the catch and run situations. So, great play right there. And now the Panthers on the crisp of the red zone, or maybe they are in the red zone right now.
Looks like they are in the red zone. This is a handoff. Another run play for Carolina. Hubbard breaks a tackle and gets inside the 15-yard line. And the Panthers are moving the football with ease right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an explosive start. The Panthers, last season, they weren't really the best when it came to first quarter offense. They usually did better towards the second half of games. But right now, they've probably had this first drive scripted for a long time. So it's good to see them use it.
Yeah, Carolina, Frank Reich was saying in his multiple press conferences, they don't want to show everything in the preseason. They want to use it in the regular season. And so far, it is working for this Panthers offense. Multiple people in the backfield. It's a give to Sanders, and Miles will pick up a few more yards, make this 3rd and short.
So 3rd and manageable right here. This will be Bryce's first ever 3rd and short, really, where he could be passing the ball. So expect a lot of pressure right here. But also expect some guys to be open potentially downfield. So options here on 3rd down, especially now they are in comfortable field goal range. No point chasing, I would say, in the first half for sure. Worst comes to worst, you just get your 3 points and move on. But 3rd down and coming.
Make sure you protect the football right here if you're Bryce Young. 3rd and 2. It's a handoff to Laviska Shenault. And Shenault right at the marker. It is going to be very close from our angle. It looks like
it's 4th down. Yeah, I see some fists hold up. I don't know if this is going to be 4th down territory.
And Reich, he's looking at the playbook right now. And Carolina might be thinking of something here on 4th and 1.
I'm a QB sneak for a guy with the build of Bryce isn't really the #1 option you think of right here. So
But it looks like they're going to take
This
their
could
chances.
potentially. This could. I'm saying we could be seeing some real football right here. 12 for 21 on fourth downs, pretty mediocre last year.
4th and 1. It's a give to Hubbard, and Chuba's going to get stuffed in the backfield. He did not get there. The Atlanta Falcons come up big. Arthur Smith is absolutely fired up on the sideline. This stadium has exploded, and the Carolina Panthers start off with an incredible drive, but are unable to convert on a 4th and 1. Instead of giving it to Sanders, they gave it to Hubbard, and that might have been the miscue right there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. A little bit of a controversial moment. I feel like the field goal would have been the right play, but if you're going to run the ball, then you might as well run it with the guy that you just paid in Miles Sanders. So, controversial right there. But a 3-0 lead would have been enjoyable.
It certainly would have, but unfortunately, we're not going to get it. We are going to have to head to our first commercial break of the game. So the Panthers defense comes up big, forces a 3-and-out. The offense, we did see some good sparks. Bryce Young looked very composed and good playing football right now for the Panthers, but unfortunately, unable to convert on 4th down, and that's where we'll leave off. When we come back, the Panthers defense is back up. You are watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
Welcome to the Carolina Cast. So the Panthers unable to convert on 4th down. The Falcons take over. But hey, we got them at a solid spot. This is Tyler Algier on the run. He's got a 1st down and more. Algier down the sideline. And he's brought down by Jeremy Chin, but not until it's a big gain and a Falcons 1st down.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they only think of Bijan Robinson when it comes to the Falcons. But other guys like Tyler Algier are going to be making plays as well. So just open field 1v1. Dante Jackson not able to make the tackle. And going back to that last drive, I feel like the Panthers weren't really using Bryce Young that aggressively. So it would be nice to see more play calls down the field, really. But, I mean, we got the pass to Marshall. That was really it.
Now,
and
Algier, once again, another big gain. A 1st down and more into Carolina territory.
I mean, I hate to tell fantasy owners this, but if he's going to keep running the ball like this, then I don't see much room for Bijan Robinson. I mean, 2 explosive runs in a row. Tyler Algier, he has something to play for sure this season, so.
Yeah, and with those 2 big runs, he's going to stay in the backfield here. Another 1st down, under 5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. It's a 3rd handoff in a row to Algier. Bounces off 1 tackle before he's brought down by Brian Burns. This time he will not pick up a 1st down. Gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
4 yards, still productive, but Panthers defense, you got to get back on track here if you want this drive to end in 0 points.
Yes, ironically, look at Desmond Ritter's stat line right now. He's 1 for 1 for -6 yards because of the first play of the game where he caught his own pass instead of letting it go incomplete or just deflecting.
Yeah, that was one of the weirder first plays of a season I've ever seen.
It worked out for Carolina on that drive. We'll see if they get something similar. Ritter trying to throw, and he's going to get brought down. A sack by the Carolina Panthers. Guess who it is? Mr. Breakout Season of the Year incoming. Frankie Louvu brought him down.
Love to see that early. Frankie Louvu. Last season, with 7 sacks. I think with how he did just got that right there. He's going to go for more than that. They may have given Burns a half a sack right there. I'm not sure.
Burns was on there as well.
So we'll
what
see.
A start for Brian Burns, Frankie Louvu, the guys, Derek Brown as well. The guys are doing very well on the defensive line so far. Third and 8
here.
As Ritter looking, and the ball is going to be brought down. It's Brian Burns again. An absolute monster. He got stuck in the spider web. It is 4th down, and the Falcons got to boot the ball back to Carolina.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Burns, but I'm not really sure what the Falcons were doing right here. This is a 3rd and 8 yards to go, and instead of handing it off to Bijan, they just pitched it to him. First off,
Burns was right there.
Running the ball on a 3rd and 8 is controversial to begin with, but if you're going to do it, you might as well do it instead of doing a shovel pass where the most explosive player on the field is standing right next to Bijan Robinson. So,
as a fair catch is taken by Ihmir Smith-Marsette. Carolina just traded for him, but man, Brian Burns is playing for that money right now. Look at this. He's on absolute fire. The new jersey's working out. Spider-Man is back in the neighborhood. We are going to go on a commercial break. We got 3 minutes to go in the first quarter in a scoreless game. Can the Carolina Panthers put up another explosive drive? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. I want to talk about Brian Burns for a moment right now. I mean, first drive was making plays, got half a sack with Frankie Louvu on Desmond Ritter. And then you also see that big explosive play by Burns getting up to Bijan Robinson, pulling the rookie to the ground. Man, I'm impressed right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely playing with some motivation today for sure, I would say. So, just exploding through all the Falcons. That's really the only word I can think of. I mean, just he has a second edge today that's just something else that we've rarely seen, but when we see it, it's something very special for sure.
All right, as we are going back to the football field, the Carolina Panthers have the ball. Just about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. So this game is flying by right now with the Panthers and Falcons. But Sam, going back to that last Carolina drive, if it weren't for that forced 4th and 1 run by Chuba Hubbard, I think Carolina could have gotten 6.
Yeah, and I know that we were talking about this on our podcast yesterday, but Desmond Ridder, he had those starts without those interceptions, obviously, but you're starting to see why. They have not really used him. The only pass attempt that went through really beyond the line of scrimmage was one that got batted down, and he had to catch himself, so
definitely great job by Carolina. As Young, he's going to throw over the middle. It is caught by Adam Thielen, his first catch of the regular season, but we got some laundry on the field. This one might be coming back.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a holding on the offense, but Thielen, was just confused towards the ref, so maybe it's something else.
It is going to be
Pass
on the
interference on
Carolina
Thielen, and he cannot
Wow.
believe it. Let's see if we can get a second angle at this, but Thielen, I mean, I don't want him to get like teed up or anything. I mean, stop basketball, of course, but he is very frustrated right now.
Oh, and there's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown in the 49ers Steelers game. We know Matthews in the backstage right now is not having the best time. So Carolina's going to go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 17. You don't really see a 1st and 17 that much, but this is where Carolina stands right now. And now play clock is winding down. They got to get this thing off. And Mingo nearly ran to the football. And now,
no.
Did Reich get a timeout off, or is this another penalty?
If this is a penalty, then just make sure that you don't get it. That's an illegal shift, I think. Or
it's a delay of game.
Delay of game. They didn't get it off on time, so a rookie mistake right there. Do not take a sack inside the end zone if you are the Panthers right now. This could be very bad.
I think you need to run the football here on 1st and 20.
Absolutely, and I mean, the Dirty Birds are getting pretty loud too, so that doesn't help the cause.
And as you can see where Carolina's lined up right now, this is what I like to call Death Valley. You need to get out of here.
They are in the throw-up zone for sure. That's the only thing I can think of. But a pretty first quarter that's flown by so far.
Hopefully it doesn't fly by that much more. We want to enjoy this game as Sanders, not a lot of joy coming from that Panthers O-line right there, only blocking for 3-yard gain for Sanders, but at least you get out of that hole a little bit.
So, yeah, not the best of starts for either team on the offensive side of the ball. This Falcons defense and Panthers defense, they both have a lot of potential, so they're looking pretty good so far, as we expected. And 2nd and 16, this could go a lot of ways here.
It could, and hopefully it goes the right way, which is down the field. 2nd and 16. Young looking over the middle. He's taking a shot. And what did I just say? It is intercepted. The new Atlanta Falcons, Jesse Bates, comes up big. And the Atlanta Falcons have the best field positioning in the world. Bryce Young, his first career interception.
Yeah, and I was going to blurt out to you right there, do not take a sack, but I'd rather take a sack than turn it into one of those. The first of hopefully not many turnovers in the career of Bryce Young right here. He steps back. He's at his own end zone.
It just looks like a force-fed ball looking for Hayden
Hurst. This was
Hurst.
to Hurst. He just did not see the safety. Jesse Bates, he drops in. That's why they paid him the big bucks this season. And he makes a play in his first chance to. So the Falcons gonna get a chance to add points here.
And at least from what I've seen, that is a rare mistake from Bryce Young in his football career, period. One of the most well-minded guys that I can think of in the National Football League. But now the Atlanta Falcons are set up perfectly for points here on a 1st and 10 inside the Carolina 20. Here's a little toss. It's to Bijan Robinson coming off the edge, breaks a few tackles before he's brought down by J.C. Horn.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you can do is contain him on that one. So the mood has definitely been a roller coaster, as it always is in Atlanta, Krish.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
How about Ritter's stat line with that 3 for 3 with negative 11 yards?
It's another run for Bijan, gets up the middle, breaking tackles, and it's going to be 3rd and short. Atlanta can run this down to the 2nd quarter if they want to. But what has been a very, I don't even know the word, maybe just interesting first quarter in Atlanta. You think Carolina's getting 7, instead they have 0, and Bryce Young has thrown an interception before he's thrown a touchdown.
And 0-0. All of our scores were pretty low. All of our score predictions were pretty low scoring, but I think everybody saw at least 1 point in this first quarter.
We're not going to get any of that. 0-0 from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Bryce Young, a costly interception unless Carolina can make a play. We'll find out in the 2nd quarter. Zip, from Atlanta, you're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23, I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
We are back here for the second quarter on the Carolina Cast. It is 3rd and 4 for the Atlanta Falcons. They picked this up. This could be a lot worse of a situation, but I would take a field goal right here.
Yeah, and I mean, you just got to close out on defense, of course. Watch out for number
makes a
7.
nasty move, breaking tackles into the end zone on the first play of the second quarter. What was almost a tackle for loss turns into the first touchdown of Bijan Robinson's NFL career, and the Atlanta Falcons are on the board. Desmond Ridder to Bijan Robinson, pretty much his first pass that went for positive yards turns into a touchdown.
And Frankie Louvu, as well as Von Bell and Dante Jackson, all casualties of Bijan Robinson right there.
And just a interesting game so far. Youngway's coup, extra point, knocks it through. Just barely, but it just barely was Bryce Young's interception, and it turns into a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's 7-0 Atlanta. It all started with the Young interception to Jesse Bates. He's already making big plays for Atlanta. And then Bijan Robinson, like I said, almost a tackle for loss, turn into the first touchdown of this young man's career. 7-0 Atlanta. When we come back, you're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23, I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
And welcome back to the Carolina Cast. The Atlanta Falcons hold a 7-0 lead over your Panthers after Bijan Robinson caught his first career NFL touchdown. And that is where we stand after a Bryce Young interception. So one rookie mistake turns to another rookie's treasure as the Carolina Panthers get the football back. They let this one go into the back of the end zone, and Bryce Young continuing to stay a leader. He gets his team ready for the next drive.
Yeah, I mean, not trying to be a pessimist, but Bijan Robinson just put Frankie Louvu on sticks right there. I mean, he needed a map. He didn't know where he was going, so what a first career touchdown for him. But for the Panthers, you got to regroup after that. That is not an acceptable play on defense or on offense. Those are two very bad outcomes. So,
and ironically, Bryce Young's first incompletion of his NFL career is an interception.
Not a good ratio for sure, yeah.
And that is his actual first incompletion. He just throws it into the turf and nothing able to work out on the screen.
Just a throwaway play almost. It seems as if when the ball was snapped, there was nothing to look for. And ever since that first drive, it's been going downhill for the Panthers.
And ironically, if we look at another rookie of what he's doing, Anthony Richardson just scored the first touchdown of his NFL career. Good for that guy.
So, we will see the countdown for first rounders to score their first touchdown.
AR5 actually ran in.
I don't know. I don't think the Texans are going to score against Baltimore anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
And play clock winding down once again, and Carolina.
Are we going to accept the violation here? Or
I
think we got a timeout off.
They did get the timeout.
Okay, so
that's the second time this game that Bryce Young was unable to, or did they not? They took the scoreboard off, making it look like the timeout was called, and Reich is yelling into his microphone right now.
So it looks like they may have gotten a timeout, but the penalty still may have happened.
That's two negatives in one play.
Yeah, I mean, just...
Oh my gosh, what is going on? We had a perfect first drive. Everything was going so well. I thought we were back. And then I realized that this is just year one of the rebuild.
And Young talking amongst his players. The only guy who seems to be in a halfway positive mood is Brian Burns. But there's nobody dancing with him, which is a little interesting for sure.
I think Brian Burns just signed a contract. I'm waiting for the report.
Yeah, I mean, that's what comes after this.
So they did get the timeout off. It'll remain 2nd and 10.
Still, burning a timeout this early, not the best of signs, so
we'll see if they can recover. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. It's a pass play for Bryce Young, taking his time, rolling to the right, throws it downfield, and it is dropped by Hayden Hurst.
I think that may have been deflected by the end right there by Jesse Bates, but we'll see an angle of this. I like the fact that Bryce rolls out for the first time. I thought it was gonna be a keeper. I'm gonna be honest, but
I think it was Richie Grant who might have gotten a piece on this. Look at it again. Hurst is route, and then no, that was Richie Grant who nearly had another interception. But if Bryce Young gets that football over Grant,
That one's just. I feel like that ball that pass is just thrown too soft. I feel like. I mean, it just hung in the air for too long, in my opinion.
3rd and 10, another pass play. Young taking off, rolling to the right. Got to do something. He flips it to Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard diving for the first down marker, and he is marked short. It's 4th down.
Good hustle right there. Good job, Bryce, not turning the ball over and just finding something. But
it's not going to work, unfortunately.
Otherwise, not that good of a play.
And I don't know what is with all the Falcons coaches with the stashes this week. I mean, it's Arthur Smith. I just saw another assistant with them. I don't know if Atlanta was planning this out, have the mustaches on this week or what. But Mario's definitely taking care of Luigi right now as Hecker boots this away. This is
Wow,
nice,
what a punt.
and that's going to be – so, oh, my goodness. We have a little bit of tackling business going on here with Greer Hill getting tackled to the ground. I did not see who that was. But either way, Atlanta's going to get the football back. Just far from pretty start for Bryce Young's NFL debut, as we'll go back on commercial break. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. The Atlanta Falcons hold a 7-0 lead over your Panthers as we continue through this second quarter. Atlanta getting the football back after their defense forces Bryce Young and the Panthers to a 3-and-out.
And 2 very unsuccessful drives back-to-back. At least the second one didn't end in a turnover. So, there are a lot of good 4 p.m. games today, but I would say that with all the NFC South teams playing right now, the Buccaneers are beating the Vikings somehow. I think Kirk may have fumbled.
That's
not
good. Looks like Baker's doing better with the Bucs.
And then in the Superdome, the Titans do have a 6-3 lead, so there's something at least. But
so here we go. Atlanta gets the ball from their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 14 minutes to go here in the first half. From Atlanta, Georgia. Ritter to throw over the middle. His pass is dropped by Drake London.
That may have been on London right there. That's the first action we've seen him have. And
that's tough for me. I have Drake London on my
they've drafted skill players in each of the past first rounds. Press 3, so with London, Robinson, and Pitts now, they expect a good offense, and that is just...
Once again, Frankie Louvu making a big play as Ritter was trying to run out of the pocket. Louvu brought the pressure, and it's going to be 3rd down for Atlanta.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more of those plays for Frankie Louvu to redeem himself after that Bijan Robinson touchdown. So
they're going with the tempo, and then the clock has stopped. Refs come on the field. Is this a timeout taken by Atlanta? There was a flag down. And, oh my goodness, this is going to go against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Let's see what we've got here. It looks like, for sure, some miscommunication between Avero and the team. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and that could be very impactful. A very big difference between 3rd and 10 and 3rd and 5.
And we're pointing the camera onto what looks like Troy Hill right now. And then back to our captain. Here we go. 3rd and 5 for Carolina. Or excuse me, Atlanta. The Carolina defense needs to get a stop right here. Ritter, he's going to throw once again. He's rolling to his right. Panthers trying to get to him. And they left a man wide open. It's Kyle Pitts.
There is a flag on the play.
Is down, and it's way back there. This could be coming back. Hopefully it is.
Yeah, not sure if this is going to stand or not.
And now the refs are going to have a discussion. That flag was thrown in the back. And Von Bell trying to get in there. And this is going to go against the Atlanta Falcons. Finally,
so,
something not.
The Panthers, they will get a second gasp on the 3rd down. Ritter with one of the weirder stat lines I've seen.
Oh, certainly.
A 0-yard performance with a touchdown pass, but
I'm not really sure. Okay, well, it looks like it's on Drake London.
He's not had a great start either. And 3rd and 10 here.
It looks like it's not going to matter. That's Mac Hollins coming over from Las Vegas who makes the catch. And is this a first down is the question.
I think that they're going to call it short, so maybe they go QB sneak here, but it is pretty deep in their own territory. They are going to sneak it,
They're going to try and QB sneak this. Everyone behind him, and I mean, they are just short.
Some frustration between Kyle Pitts and some of the Falcons right here.
Are they going to challenge this, or
I'm not sure if a challenge flag was thrown or if a timeout was called.
Oh, Reich has the red flag in his hands right now, just in case. They called that a first down. He was not playing games.
I don't really know what's happening right now, but it's definitely fun to see these two.
They might be reviewing this. I have no clue what's going on.
And if they review it, I think Reich's just going to review it again, so
now, his knee is down right there.
This is
very close.
This comes down to 4th and inches, I think, Krish.
I mean, I hope it comes down to 4th and inches.
Either that or they move the chains. So it will be interesting to see what they can come up with, though, as we go on commercial break.
Yeah, I think we'll stay on here because I feel like if Atlanta... I feel like Atlanta's still in a better situation, right? Because they could easily QB sneak it if it's 4th and
so it's the second quarter in Pittsburgh, but the Niners are up 17-0 with the football.
Oh, my gosh.
Kenny Pickett, he has that one interception. Of course, Najee Harris has -2 yards rushing.
Oh, Lamar Jackson has an interception in the Ravens-Texans game.
And Brock Purdy, 10 for 12 with 114 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I have no clue what's going on in football. The Browns are beating the Bengals 3-0.
Well, the Browns always beat the Bengals in Cincinnati, in Cleveland, so.
The Browns Deshaun Watson is playing better than Joe Burrow right now.
Yeah, my fantasy team not doing so well right now.
My fantasy team is playing awful, and I'm playing my dad this week, and he has Calvin Ridley and Brandon Ayuk, so he is about to squash all over me right now.
Yeah. And I mean, you only have in our league, you only have one player playing at the 1 o'clock window today. You do have 13 points from the 49ers defense already, though.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Wow, I've never seen this many 4 o'clock players in one game.
Yeah, I honestly didn't realize I had so many 4 o'clock players.
I mean, this is just very weird scoreboard right now on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Jaguars, they just got the ball back, but they're tied with the Indianapolis Colts. The Vikings are losing to the Buccaneers, even though they did just get the ball back. The Steelers, they just passed for a loss of 5 yards. Baltimore, they're up 7-0. I would be shocked if the Texans scored a point today. and New Orleans is down 6-3. So the
And
Panthers
Brock Purdy is
are
playing.
challenging that it is a complete pass.
Oh, that is a complete. Oh, it did bobble a bit. Oh, that football's on the ground. Oh, you gotta be serious. Okay, hold on, guys.
The ruling on the field
Re-screen
is a complete pass as of now.
share. Okay, this changes everything. Okay, Frank, I see what you're doing
The call
here.
stands, so the Panthers lose their timeout.
Wait, it does stand?
Yeah,
Oh, it's buffering for me.
and let's see here.
Okay, you gotta join the meet.
I know. I have a. Oh shoot! The meeting just ended.
Yeah, that's why I made a new one.
Oh god.
Oh, so Atlanta's punting the football.
It is going to be 4th and 1 though. Either way, so yeah, the punt obviously.
So Carolina loses a timeout, but they get the football back.
And it's going to go out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line.
So very interesting situation. So Bryce Young is coming back, ready for his moment. As we all know, Bryce Young was born and raised in Philadelphia, moved to Pasadena, California, graduated from Modern Day High School, 2019, Heisman Trophy winner in 2021. He was the first Alabama QB to win it. He's the first overall pick in the NFL draft this year. First Alabama QB selected number 1 overall. So a lot of ones for Bryce Young, including that 1 interception on his stat line.
So 4 for 7, 35 yards, but as you just mentioned, that dreaded interception. So we'll see if they can turn fortunes around here. I'm hoping for a drive that's a lot similar to the one that they opened the game with.
As that's Sanders carrying it to the right side, he'll pick up a couple yards. And yeah, I feel like now that everything's settled down a little bit, maybe Carolina, can put their foot on the gas and get back to what they had going on that first offensive drive of the game.
And want to look at the other rookie quarterbacks real quick. CJ Stroud is 4 for 6 with 6 yards passing. And I think that the best quarterback today, I think, has been Anthony Richardson.
Oh, yeah, certainly it's been Anthony Richardson. He already has a touchdown.
6 for 7 with 56 yards. No touchdown, though. I will give
and
5.
here's a
The
reverse
touchdown on the ground for him.
Chenault. And he's just
Oh.
shy of the marker. This was a very interesting play call, Sam. It was a full reverse to Laviska Chenault. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 for Carolina.
Yeah, I mean,
As Bryce Young is doing his best to hear the next play call. We all know this Atlanta crowd. It's definitely... Bryce Young has played in the stadium before. He's had to face the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship game. And he's had to play some big games in this stadium. 3rd and 1 for Carolina. And does not look like they're running the football, Sam. And they are not. It's a pass play. Young looking, thrown over the middle. And this time it is complete. Hayden Hurst hangs on to the football. His first reception as a Carolina Panther for the first down.
yeah, great possession control right there from Hurst. Able to keep the football and move the chains for the Panthers. And kind of a needed first down from a team morale standpoint as well, so...
And yeah, Hayden Hurst fired up. Little spin on the football, that first down. He'll head to the sideline real quick, get a break and a breather. But no breaths for Bryce Young taken. He's got to keep playing football. It's a run up the middle. Sanders, and he's eaten up by the Falcons' defensive line. Gain of a yard or 2. As here's that Anthony Richardson QB draw as the Colts and Jaguars are tied at 7.
The Jaguars' offense, I've heard a lot more praise about it than their defense. So maybe, who knows, the AFC South, potentially, maybe there's 3 teams that could win it this year. I don't know.
We'll have to see. It's a very interesting division.
Both South divisions, however, are kind of lacking talent, I would say.
Yeah. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard run. Young fires over the middle. It's complete. Harris Marshall, a first down and more into Atlanta territory. And Sam, big 2 plays for Terrace Marshall on his receptions.
Yeah, both of them resulting in big gains, so that is definitely encouraging to see for him. And a receiving core, I haven't seen many plays from Jonathan Mingo. I will say that has been the only downside, but...
Mingo and Thielen, ironically. We have not
So
seen a lot
it's
from.
really been Visca and Marshall today.
And
So
then
kind of a flashback from last season, sort of.
There's been a few targets to Hurst, but he's only able to get one. It's another run for Miles to the outside. He breaks one tackle, but gets pushed out of bounds.
Terrell.
AJ Terrell with the play.
He's definitely an X Factor player today for the Falcons. So
Miles is unable to do
Calais
anything.
Campbell, he's a new Falcon as well on that defensive line.
Yeah, Calais Campbell is brand new 6-time Pro Bowl selection. As he's playing in his 16th season in the NFL. 2nd and 11 after rush for a loss by Miles Sanders. It's another pass play. Young taking his time in the pocket, and he completes it to Adam Thielen. There are no flags. This is officially his first reception as a Carolina Panther.
Yeah, well awaited. Not exactly an explosive play, but good to get it over with. It now on 3rd and 8. He could be in the picture here for sure, as the flags are being waved here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and it's getting pretty loud.
And this is definitely not ideal field goal range for Eddie Pinheiro. And do not talk to me about going for it on 4th down. 3rd and 8 for Carolina. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Hubbard in the backfield. Young takes the snap, throwing downfield, and it is caught for the Carolina Panther first down. Guess who? Bingo from Mingo.
Rookie first play for him. And Matt Corral, he was let go by the team, and we were kind of surprised by that with Mingo, of course, but he's able to get the connection and a little bit of toe drag swag right there at the end.
Man, Bryce Young to Jonathan Mingo. We hopefully will not be the last from Young to Mingo, the 1st and 2nd round pick selections by the Carolina Panthers this season. And now, new set of downs for the Panthers as they march into Falcon territory. Play clock winding down once again, and they will safely get it off. It's a run. It's Chuba Hubbard. He's got a first down, breaking tackles into the red zone.
This Panthers team, they are moving the ball effectively right now. Hubbard, great blocking right there. And maybe we could get this game all squared up. Remember, the Panthers, they do get the ball first in the second half, so.
Yeah, it's also people I just saw on NFL Network, the speedster and Jordan Addison just caught a touchdown for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, thankfully my opponent has him on his bench this week, so a nice clutch right there for sure.
As Young, now he finds Hurst. It's 1st down and more, down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for Carolina.
Hayden Hurst going over the middle. He makes a big play. And now they seem to be on the crisp of a touchdown right here.
And it just gets closer and closer. Man, Bryce Young, look at his time in the pocket, staying nice and composed, not letting anything get to him. And a beautiful pass down the middle to a wide open Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, I mean, after that interception, he's definitely got a little bit of work to do this game, but good to see him starting to dig his way out of that hole.
Carolina was 12th in the NFL in converting points in the red zone last season, as Sanders, still on his feet, was brought down by Lorenzo Carter. Gain a few yards and make it 2nd and goal, 5.5 minutes to play here in the first half.
So 2nd and goal. Looks like the Panthers playing with a little bit of faster tempo. That's been the key on this drive.
A little bit of hurry-up action, and Young is going to fake it. He's going to throw. It's Hurst, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
The former Falcon.
Young to Hayden Hurst, his first career touchdown as a Carolina Panther. And your Carolina Panthers have answered back.
Love to see Bryce get that first one out of the way here. And barring any Eddie Pinheiro mistakes, we are going to be tied. So just great execution on the second half of that drive. I think playing fast was the key to it for sure. So we look at Hurst. Mingo is occupying Terrell, which means that it's a wide open side of the field pretty much. And with the formation that they were running, Richie Grant has to try to scramble over, and he can't get there in time. So a walk-in touchdown for Hurst.
And all smiles on the sideline. Pinheiro knocks through the extra point, and it has been done. This will not be the last. On a play action, Young to Hurst, your Carolina Panthers are back in this ball game. We are tied 7-all from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. 5 minutes to go in the first half. You are watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
On September 3rd in 1995, Frank Reich threw the first ever touchdown pass in in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. But now, rewind, decades later, Bryce Young to Hayden Hurst. There is the football of Bryce Young's first career touchdown in the NFL, and we now have a tied ball game.
Yeah, and good job to make sure that we didn't have Hurst throw that one into the crowd. A very important first ball right there for Bryce. And now let's see what the defense can do for Carolina.
And Hurst is definitely not the type of guy that would do or throw the ball. That would be like a Laviska Shenault or Terrace Marshall, in my opinion.
Probably a DJ Moore, but thankfully he's the guy that we traded for
Bryce Young.
So that's good to see for sure.
So now 7-7, 5 minutes to go. Carolina 138 total yards. Atlanta only with 56. But regards to all that, we got a tied football game. It's the toss to Bijan. Cuts back. Robinson down right at the first down marker. Is tackled by Xavier Woods.
And the thing with Bijan and Bryce Young is that they're both going to have really good mentors this season. Cordell Patterson, he's been in the league for a long time, and he's the most kick return touchdowns ever. And then for Bryce Young, he has the Red Rifle Andy Dalton to learn from. So he did very well with the Bengals, obviously, back in his day. He may be washed now, but that brain of his can still give Bryce some knowledge for sure.
Yeah, and especially the coaching staff they've built around Bryce Young and this entire Carolina Panthers team. Josh McCown being the quarterback's coach. Thomas Brown at the offensive coordinator position. That's another run for Robinson. This time he's not going to go anywhere. Shaq Thompson making a play on the ball.
And just like I said, you're just going to have to contain a guy like Bijan, and that's what they're doing on this drive. So good to see for sure. As, I mean, the scoreboard for these games today just keeps getting weirder and weirder, but I think we're going to end up having a close one here for sure, as Bijan was the first running back taken in the top 10 in 5 years. which means that he has a lot of hype behind him for sure.
So after a gain of 2 yards, Bijan will head off the field. Flags get thrown, and this looks like a penalty going against Atlanta. False start.
And just great job to be able to catch a break for Carolina, but for Atlanta, I mean, these penalties are just going to keep stacking up, and not to mention, really, that first play of the quarter, they've had the touchdown, but the past 12 minutes, they've lost all their momentum, so they need to get something back for sure if they want to try to win this game. Home field, the Panthers, they won't play at Atlanta again until December, so this is a pretty important first meeting.
And that game will be in Uptown Charlotte, but we still got plenty of football to go before then. 2nd and 13, Ritter fakes, running to the right side. Another penalty gets thrown as Ritter runs out of bounds. Panthers bringing the pressure, but this one could also be coming back. So a lot of flags in the game.
Maybe even multiple, but no.
It is coming back.
It is coming back. I think it's going to be holding.
Holding. Wow. Just another penalty. There's been so many flags in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just a mistake right there on Brian Burns, of course. I mean, I get that he's hard to contain, but sometimes you've just got to let it go.
Yeah. As you saw
Not
on
the best of games for Caleb McGarry, for sure.
Desmond Ritter had to pump fake to Justin Houston, who was 2 sacks away from being top 25 in the all-time sack leaders in NFL history. As play action, 2nd and 23, Ritter zips it across the middle, and it is caught by Mac Hollins, who will make this 3rd and manageable for Atlanta.
And it seems as if the bullet pass is the play to Mac Hollins. He's just using his body, and he's hauling in these catches for some critical plays, but that one may have been incomplete because I see 3rd and 12 on the ticker.
And the clock stops. I guess
I don't really know. I think that may have been
Oh
dropped.
no, JC Horn is down
That's a knee
again. For
Oh
the
my
3rd
goodness.
season in a row, we have to see number 8 go down. Oh my
This is a very scary injury because of what happened in his rookie season.
Rookie season injury, 2nd season injury, and now for the 3rd year in a row, JC Horn is down. Oh my God.
We expected him to be a top 20 corner in the league this season, so
Oh my gosh, if it weren't for the injuries, man. So we're going to have to find out what's going on with JC Horn. This is a massive loss. This is going to open up Ritter taking some shots downfield. And this could actually, this is a positive for Drake London right now.
So just can't catch a break for this team.
If you look at the cornerbacks, so I think we all know he's about to step in right now, and it's very unfortunate. But Dante Jackson's going to have to go to cornerback 1, which makes room for C.J. Henderson. But that also means Carolina did sign Troy Hill right before the season started. So we're going to see a good amount from the veteran Troy Hill and C.J. Henderson, depending on how long Jason Horn's going to be out of this football game.
Injuries like that are just usually, I mean, I'm praying for the best. I'm not going to try to guess what kind of injury that is or not, but it was not good the way that happened for sure.
And we'll have to see the replay because it was a non-contact injury in his rookie season against Houston on Thursday night. We'll have to see, did he get hit or is this another non-contact injury? No, Samuel's saying in the private chat right now, is talking about Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor's not on the Carolina Panthers anymore. We actually, fortunately, since our team has gotten a little better, we were able to get rid of him.
I remember about a year ago, we used to always be talking about Keith's coverage.
Especially
on defense.
The Buccaneers game when the season was on the line. He gave up 2 touchdowns to Mike Evans in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, his zone coverage was always never really there, but man-to-man, he would just... I mean, if you thought that Frankie Louvu hit the sticks on that one with Bijan, then you need to watch.
Here's the play. So Horn was defending Pitts. Oh, it's non-contact.
It's non-contact.
Oh my gosh, you have to be serious. It's the turf monster. He's back. It's only week 1 of the NFL season. He's already caught JC Horn.
Well, 3rd and 12 here.
It was short, and oh my goodness, a big play by the Carolina Panthers. Wow. Incredible defense. Oh my goodness, that's Troy Hill. We were just talking about him stepping into
And
the football field.
What a way to make a
Great
difference on his
impact.
first post snap.
Wow.
I mean, next man up mentality for this team. Just a big hit right there. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back now at about that 2-minute warning with one timeout to go with potentially. Could put some points up on the board.
Wow. So Troy Hill, we were literally just talking about him and that he's got to make an impact literally one play later, making a big play. As this game has been back and forth, we head to the 2-minute warning. When we come back, your Carolina Panthers are going to get the football back. You are watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me, I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way, and I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot, I'm with the murder team, call a cop, we in the building, y'all are not, you showing the paper.
Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. We have a tied game at 7. We are coming back from the 2-minute warning. Bryce Young about to take the football field, try and lead a 2-minute drive. But Sam, the Carolina Panthers only have one timeout. They had to waste one because of a potential delay of game, and then another one they lost due to they lost because they thought Matt Collins unable to hold on the football. Now we got a punt return. Smith Marsette going to try and return this, but nothing out of it.
Yeah, and a little bit of flashbacks right there from the last time a number 11 on the Panthers made a play in that area of the field. So I was
always
just
remember PJ Walker.
I had to embrace that moment by myself for a second. So now that I'm good and ready to go, I'm not sure what our plans are for the halftime show here on Carolina Cast today.
But yes, we will have Matthew Sadik will come on, give a few reports that we need to know as we head into halftime in the 7-7 game. So Bryce Young is going to have 1:48 to work with, one timeout, and has got to go pretty far. Let's just say that. Got to go maybe 80-plus yards.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of weapons here on this play.
And Young underthrown, looking for Terrace Marshall. That would have been a nice start of the drive.
Yeah, but instead it's going to be an incompletion here. And if this is a run play and it's stopped, and the Falcons could use one of those timeouts because they have 3. So, going to be interested to see what they do with it here.
Yeah, and you don't want to completely, try and throw a bunch of deep balls here, get incomplete, because what you're saying is Atlanta gets the football right back.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, Young throwing to the other sideline, and once again, incomplete, looking for Jonathan Mingo. And after 2 plays and only 9 seconds running off the clock, it's 3rd and 10.
So you can try to run it here and get the Falcons to burn one of their timeouts, but
Maybe try and throw it. Or maybe Bryce Young can take off right here. We haven't seen that this game.
well,
He's
we have
definitely
not.
thought about it.
So
Carolina 3 for 5 on third downs in this game. 3rd and 10 for the Carolina Panthers. 99 seconds to go in the first half. Play clock winding down. Young, he takes the snap. He's looking, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was going back to Jonathan Mingo. 4th and 10, and just like that, the Carolina Panthers are going to give the Falcons the ball back, who have 3 timeouts.
and a little bit of overconfidence in Jonathan Mingo right there for sure. Just not great ball placement on that throw. And the Falcons get the ball back with 1:34 and 3 timeouts. This could be a little scary. So hopefully Johnny Hecker, formerly the best punter in the league, let's see if he can give us a flash from the past on this one here.
He already has one big punt today that put the Falcons inside their own red zone. But here comes another very solid punt from where Hecker was hitting it from. And then a big hit by Sam Franklin, who's going to put the Falcons down in a very manageable spot for the defense to play.
So thankfully a good special teams play right there, which, as I was just saying, pretty much that was needed. So a little bit of momentum now at least, but
And now Desmond Ridder in this game, 7 for 8, 17 yards and a passing touchdown. He's got to have a big drive right here. And here comes Luvu, unable to put him on the ground.
No, he's still up.
Ridder trying to get away, looking to take a shot down, barely gets it out, and it's underthrown for Mac Hollins. CJ Henderson was right there, and if he was a few steps ahead, that could have been a pick 6.
unfortunate that they wasn't able to get the sack right there for Luvu, because that would have burned a lot of game clock. But, I mean, he was in pursuit. He got some jersey for sure.
Right past Bijan Robinson and almost had Ridder on the ground.
Now it'll be 2nd and 10. And speaking of Bijan Robinson,
He's going to take the carry before he's brought down by Derek Brown. And now it's looking like there's a small possibility Carolina gets a chance here on 3rd down, but the clock is moving and the Falcons are not using their timeouts.
yeah, neither are the Panthers. So it looks like both teams are going to play this one pretty passive before halftime.
Dante Jackson is giving Mac Hollins some room on the right side. Falcons looking for a 1st down. Clock winding down to 40 seconds in the first half. Ridder takes the snap. Pressure gets to him. He dumps it short. This is going to be a 1st down for Bijan Robinson. He did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. And I mean, you have 3 timeouts. You can use them. And
Yeah, they're going to use one right here for sure.
Arthur Smith.
Who is a respected kicker, so he could potentially give them the lead before half. Keep in mind, once again, Carolina does get the ball first, so a field goal here doesn't kill you. A touchdown would be unfortunate.
Younghoe Koo ruined the Carolina Panthers season last year with that game-winning kick in overtime in this building, which the Panthers, they won football games after that, but that win last year could have really sent the Carolina Panthers to the postseason.
So
now we wait 34 seconds to go in the first half. Atlanta burns 1 timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. They're in a pretty comfortable spot, but Sam, this is any time to get someone going like Drake London or Kyle Pitts. It's right here.
yes, and you can't use Bijan Robinson for forever now, so
As Brian Burns, it almost got
Derek
to
Brown
him.
with
And then
that.
Derek Brown cleans it up with a sack. And that's going to move the Falcons all the way back. They don't even bother to use that other timeout as the clock winds down. Looks like they're just going to take it to the half, Sam. What a play.
I don't think that this can go much further than that. A potential 3-point savings sack right there. Burns almost got it, but Derek Brown, we're expecting big things. I mean, he's starting to enter the stage of his career where he's going to be an experienced player, an experienced presence, and he shows it right there. So
And
that is going to take us into halftime.
yes, it is officially halftime. Brian Burns and the defense, a great first half. Bryce Young, a very solid first half for a rookie, I must say. 10 for 16, 86 passing yards, a touchdown and an interception. Bijan Robinson, 5 rushing attempts for 29 rushing yards and 1 receiving touchdown. We are going to go on a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be the Carolina Cast halftime show. We are tied at 7 from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Your Carolina Panthers will get the ball to start the second half. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper. Woo! Woo! Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
We on fire. Step up in the party high. We on fire. Right up to the party high. Hey. Welcome to the party. Hey, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Hey, welcome to the party. Hit 'em up, huh? Get 'em up, huh? Put 'em up, huh? We waking up, high with my dogs, riding high when we pull up. Ride with my dogs, riding high when we pull up. When we ride, when we pull up. We be high when we pull up. Coupe with the top down, no seller. Rocks on the watch now, I'ma get roof on fire. We wide, pull up in the tank, bout it, get on some rock in the drop full of things. Get with a squad, 100 cars full of things. Yeah, I pull up with fire for my chinchilla. Yeah, especially Montana, Pele, and Manila. Roof on fire, we be high like a willow. Shorty bad talking MJ Thriller. Welcome to the party, sipping on your hat. Pull up in the rock, DJ bring it back. Fell in love with Sean, money like Shaq. Welcome to the party. 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 Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn.
I came from my body, curl up, pop on my body. Welcome to the party, welcome try to catch your body. Punch him in the shit, we don't give a fuck about it. Start a rhyme, I'm about to start a rhyme. Welcome to the trap, got my grandma selling crack. I make what you making when you're sitting down to moving packs. Make up two jumping jacks like she was an acrobat. Got these looking at me crazy cause I got face hats. Oh, drip. worth of half a million on my crib. Now look up is rich as ooh. And I still at my probation. Papa broken, feel amazing. You just broken, you just hating. All these diamonds on me skating. Man, I do this every day. Spend 3,000 on some shades. I got in and lay. Your boyfriend broke his diamonds fake.
Welcome to the party. 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 Step up in the party. Step up in the party high.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. As here we are for the halftime show of the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. We've had a great game on our hands so far. Bryce Young, 86 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pretty ugly interception. And we're all tied up 7-7 in this Panthers game as Chris and Sam were broadcasting it. Desmond Ridder not really playing well so far, 24 yards and a touchdown. But I think the Panthers, they can have a really solid second half. And, yeah, I think Bryce Young really going to take a step up in the second half. As I said in the pregame show, of course, a little slow start for him. It's his first ever NFL game. He has those nerves and he has the pressure, especially away in an away game. And Chuba Hubbard, I think, playing pretty solid. 4 carries for 18 yards. Miles Sanders, 8 carries, 29 yards. Laviska Shenault Jr. playing kind of that receiving back spot, kind of like Deebo Samuel in the Niners situation. He has 2 carries for 5 rushing yards. And Bryce Young, of course, as I said, 10 for 16 passing, 86 passing yards. He's doing pretty well. Not throwing the ball deep yet. The Panthers haven't really gotten their trust in him yet. But I think he'll be doing more of that in the second half. Then Bijan Robinson for the Falcons, I think he's going to be amazing this season and for the future. He's a rookie. They got him in the first round, and he had 5 carries, 29 rushing yards. But he did have 5 receptions for 10 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. So Bijan Robinson playing really solid. Mac Hollins, 2 receptions, 20 receiving yards. Not too crazy, but not horrible. Of course, as I said, Desmond Ridder, only 24 passing yards, kind of having some trouble. And Falcons kind of having some trouble moving the ball. Tyler Algier, of course, he was one of their main running backs last year. Now running back 2 behind Bijan, 3 carries for 45 yards. So he had some really long carries. Then we go to the Panthers receiving. Hayden Hurst, of course, scored the touchdown. He actually threw away into the stands Bryce Young's first ball as we welcome Samuel here. And Samuel, how you doing?
What's up? Great day for the first week, the NFL season, first Sunday, the NFL season. Panthers, not a bad start so far, Matthew.
Yeah.
7-7 at the half. Still very very close game. It's definitely going to come down to the wire, just like it did the last time. Should we go over our predictions again?
Yeah, we could go over some of our predictions as they're going decent so far.
Yeah, not bad.
And all of us picked the Panthers to win.
Yeah.
That's a shocker, a little bit biased there. So Chris went 24-20 Carolina, which could, of course, possibly happen. I went 27-21. Samuel went 20-13, more of the low-scoring end. That would mean the Falcons would have to kick 2 field goals and no touchdowns in the second half, unless they missed the PAT. Probably won't happen, though. And then Kalen went 20-14 Carolina, and then Sam went 21-20 Carolina, kind of like that Lions-Chiefs game. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe one of those will happen.
They're all
Samuel,
definitely still in play.
Yeah, do you think Bryce Young's going to have a better second half?
Well, I think, it's for his first game, like first NFL regular season game, first time where he's playing the entire game. He played parts of the game in preseason, but still, I think he's definitely there's definitely some room to improve in the second half through that interception. But I had the touchdown to Hayden Hurst, which was indeed chucked into the stands. Hopefully they do get the ball back for Bryce. They probably will. So yeah, all the predictions still in play. Yeah, Hayden Hurst pulling a bit of a Pete Alonso there, if anyone knows about that. So yeah, oh, and Matthews left. Okay. So all right. So I guess I'm doing the halftime show by myself now. Tyler Algier has been a bit underrated for the Falcons when all the attention is on Bijan Robinson. Tyler Algier today, we pull up the stats real quick. He's actually the leading rusher for the Atlanta Falcons. He's got 3 carries for 45 rushing yards, while Bijan Robinson, 5 carries for 29 rushing yards. So we're waiting on Matthew to come back. So what do you think about that, Matthew? Tyler Algier has more rushing yards than Bijan Robinson right now, although Bijan Robinson did have the touchdown. What do you think about Tyler Algier's role in the second half for Atlanta? Possibly could be used more.
Yeah, they're using Algier, of course, as that running back spot, but Bijan kind of playing more of a receiving back. He does have his 5 carries for 29 yards, but he does have 10 receiving yards and a touchdown. That's how he got his touchdown. And he actually has 5 targets already. He has the most targets on the team. But on the Panthers, Adam Thielen, the wide receiver one, only with one target. That's a big shocker. I guess Bryce Young doesn't want to use his veteran target in his first career game.
Yeah, he's hit up Terrence Marshall and Laviska Shenault twice, but he's hitting his number 1 tight end, Hayden Hurst, up 3 times already. Miles Sanders gotten the ball 8 times. Hasn't really been able to get anything going yet. No double-digit yard rushes so far. He has one where he gained 9, but 8 carries, 29 rushing yards for him. Hopefully the former Eagle, which I've experienced, very good player for us over his few years that he played for us. He's doing, he's going to be really good with Carolina. He's a good fit, a bit of a veteran. He knows what it's like on a very contending team, you could say. He's someone that could take a lot of experience, even though he's only played a few years into a young team like the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, of course, the Chiefs having one of the best offensive lines in the NFL last season and this season also. But Miles Sanders really had a way easier time getting those big rushes and having a lot easier of a time. And now in Carolina, he's having trouble really with this offensive line. It's a new team, it's a new fit. But this whole Carolina Panthers offense a lot of it is new. You got guys like Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst, Jonathan Mingo, Laviska Shenault. They're all new players. Terrence Marshall, one of the only players who was on that Carolina Panthers team last season. So just a new fit for everybody, the coaching staff, just the whole team. It's a new thing here in Carolina. As we're going to switch over from this Panthers game, which is 7-7, as everybody knows, and something really surprising in the first half, Samuel's former favorite team, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals with no points here in the first half. I don't know, but what are your thoughts on that, Samuel?
And the Browns are always a team that, people could pick as dark horse contenders every year, especially with Watson back at the start of the year now. So I think that, they could possibly make a run for double-digit wins, just like the possible result of this Panthers team. Hopefully, maybe they could get to double-digit wins. So I know we have some passionate feelings about that. All right, so let's get back to Christian Sam, Matthew. The second half of this game. Let's go Panthers.
Thank you, Samuel. We are back for the second half with the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons tied at 7. Bryce Young takes the field after the kickoff to Raheem Blackshear. And Sam, what are you expecting for Carolina as the Panthers offense starts the second half?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing for the Panthers is just be more aggressive with Bryce Young, I feel like. This is his first game. I get that they want to be passive and all, but I want to see more play calls downfield.
And maybe we'll see that here in the second half as it's play action. Young dumps it short. That's the fullback, Giovanni Ricci. And he's only going to pick up a few yards before A.J. Terrell brings him down.
So, yeah, second and short here. Miles Sanders, I also want to see more of him for sure. These are the two marquee players on the offense, Young and Sanders. So, hopefully that we can see more of them in this half. But,
Yes, Bryce Young now 10 for 16, 86 yards, a passing touchdown, and an interception. 2nd and 8 for Carolina. Hubbard is in the backfield. Up the middle goes Chuba Hubbard. He's got a first down and more. Breaking tackles. And Sam, once again, another explosive run from Chuba.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is a split running back room at the end of the day. Because Hubbard getting really more than Sanders at this point early, so we'll see what that develops as, but I like what I'm seeing so far in the first 2 plays.
Chuba Hubbard, 5 rushing attempts for 29 yards, and it brings up a Carolina Panther first down. As now Sanders will head back behind Bryce Young. Play clock winding down. Play action to Sanders. Young looking downfield. Now just going to have to dump it short. It's caught by Hurst. A gain of a few more yards and make it 2nd and medium.
So Hurst, he's been a favorite as well. Getting that first touchdown pass, and now this one.
Yeah, Young has been getting Hurst involved a lot in this game.
Just a lot of mini completions for both these quarterbacks.
Certainly, but Bryce Young is, and the Panther offense, they're once again moving very, well, slowly but surely down the football field right now. As a 2nd and 7, handoff. Here comes Sanders, bouncing to the left side. He's got a first down and more as he's tackled inside Atlanta territory. Out of bounds, another first down for Miles Sanders.
And yeah, it's going to take some getting used to for some fans. Sanders on the Panthers this year, but he's been able to make some plays when he's gotten the ball, even if it hadn't been that much.
Made plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, where he started his NFL career, has grown with Philadelphia as one of the top running backs in the NFL, and now hits free agency, signs with Carolina. 1st and 10 off play action. Young rolling to his right, looking for somebody. Now going to take off. Bryce Young, first down and more, down the sideline. And what an explosive play. Bryce Young looked like Cam Newton on that play.
Yeah, and just getting past the first down marker and more. Once again, this is going to be a fake jet sweep here, the Giovanni Ricci. And it baits half the coverage. There's just no option as Icky does a good job playing a pancake on the left side. And Bryce just faster than number 96 Jarrett right there, I think. So,
man, Bryce Young, I mean, he's not known as a runner. Some people even called him Bryce Young slow, but I mean, he can run the football when needed. Unfortunately, Miles Sanders is unable to get anywhere. The offensive line could not hold up for him as the Atlanta Falcons bring the pressure, and a big tackle is made by D. Alford in his 2nd season in the NFL.
And now that will bring up a 2nd and long. Could go either way here. I would say that probably use Sanders preferably. But, I mean, it really just depends on how aggressive the Panthers are right now. It seems as if they aren't yet, but...
So now 2nd and 10 after the rush goes nowhere. Young was trying to get a slant. Now he's got to run out of there. Taking a shot for Chenault, and over just decides to throw it away. Did not want to force the ball to Chenault because the last time Bryce Young forced the ball into coverage, he got picked off.
Yeah, and a 3rd and 10, not really that ideal right here. Kind of on the fringe of field goal range, so some yards here wouldn't help. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Bryce has to take off himself. Maybe he has to hand the ball off, but if I'm the Falcons, I'm pressuring. I want to see what the kid can do.
Mm-hmm. Bryce Young got away from the pressure on his last attempt, but now he's got to face another 3rd and 10. Carolina's now 3 for 6 today on 3rd down. Play clock winding down. Young takes the snap. Pressure coming. Panthers pick it up, and it is caught by Jonathan Mingo, but he is short of the first down marker.
And
It's 4th and a couple yards, but is
I don't,
again, and no, he won't.
I don't think that there should be any
he won't.
4th down stuff in the books after last time. Good job, just like I said earlier, just get some yards, put Pinheiro in a nice spot, which they did. So
it's 4th and 1 again as Eddie Pinheiro has his longest active streak right now.
We're not going to commentate. Is that correct?
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
He's done very bad here.
43 yards out. Eddie Pinheiro, his kick is good. 20 straight field goals made by Pinheiro, and the Carolina Panthers take a 10-7 lead over the Atlanta Falcons.
You're
from
lucky I
43
saved
yards out.
Safety right there. That could have been pretty bad. I saw what Fox was trying to do with that taker, but I was not buying it.
And Pinheiro fired up. 43 yards out. He's breaking the curse in Atlanta, and your Carolina Panthers have their first lead of the game. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper. Woo! Woo! Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
And we are back on the Carolina Cast after Eddie Pinheiro nailed a 43-yard field goal. The Carolina Panthers now hold a 10-7 lead over the Atlanta Falcons as the defense steps back onto the field.
And a very impactful drive for both teams. For Desmond Ridder, we haven't really seen much when it comes to shots downfield. I feel like his protection on the D-lines, on the O-line's been average, not really great, not really bad. But 10:46 to go here. Starting to run out of time for guys like London and Pitts to make plays because we haven't really seen them at all.
Yeah, well, I'd definitely like to see more out of Drake London or Kyle Pitts. We have literally seen nothing from them, as Tyler Algiers had a very solid game, but he's not going to go anywhere. Jeremy Chin pushes him out of bounds, but now another flag is thrown.
And this one, maybe it's going to be a holding call on Atlanta, but could go either way. I didn't really see much, so I'm assuming it's off the frame.
And do they just pick up the flag? He points second down.
I think that may have been an accidental flag throw. I mean, it happens to the best of us, but...
Yeah, they just picked up the flag. They're going to let it just happen. So Algier gets pushed out of bounds by Chin for a gain of 0 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Atlanta.
And
as we have trips right, Drake London on the left.
Bijan Robinson is going to line up as a receiver here. Now he's going
to shift to the left side. Play action. Ridder zips it over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Kyle Pitts. Shaq Thompson on the coverage there. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, not a lot of accuracy. I mean, London and Pitts with 0 yards today, both. I know that's going to upset a lot of fantasy owners for sure.
I mean, I have Drake London in my dad's fantasy league, and he's got Calvin Ridley and Brandon Ayuk, so things are not looking good.
Ridley had 22 at halftime, I think I saw.
And then Brandon Ayuk has 2 receiving touchdowns in the Steelers 49ers game. And I have Deebo Samuel.
Okay, the Steelers finally just scored a touchdown. They got Pat Freiermuth on that one. It's now 20-7.
3rd and 10, a screen to Algier. He's got some blocks down the sideline, but he's pushed out of bounds by Frankie Louvu. He's short of the first down marker. We'll make it 4th down. And Arthur Smith cannot believe it at all.
I mean,
that's not Arthur Smith, excuse me.
It's their offensive coordinator, but I think, there had to have been someone open downfield because just not a lot of positive decisions are being made by Desmond Ridder. Taylor Heineke is on the sideline, former Panther. I do want to point that out. So if this keeps going downhill, if he doesn't give the Falcons the best chance to win, they are going to make that switch.
And Taylor Heineke was very solid when he played for Carolina. This is Smith Marset down the sideline, and he gets pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line of Carolina. That's where the Panthers will start their next drive. Bryce Young, the last time he was up, was able to give Carolina a field goal. Can he put some more points on the board? Panthers lead the Falcons. 10-7 is your score. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast, as we're looking at highlights from the 1998 NFC Championship game with the Vikings and the Falcons, and how Atlanta went down the field and win the football game 30-27. Fortunately for Panthers fans, they didn't take any jewelry home.
Yeah. But still a good team back then, a lot better than the Falcons team we see today, that's for sure. But
yeah, here comes Sanders running the football.
I think that was Laviska Shenault at the wide back role, Krish.
I mean, I kind of like Shenault playing wide back. We kind of saw sparks of it that he could potentially play that position when Steve Wilkes took head coach, and we've seen a lot of bubble screens with Shenault. Well, I kind of like his role.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be fun to use in Madden. I'll tell you that for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I am all for it.
So after a gain of 9 yards on the Sanders run.
This is a down to take a shot here for sure.
But they're just going to stay conservative. Chuba Hubbard's going to get another first down for Carolina, as every time he's carried the football, Hubbard has gotten a good amount of positive yards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they still haven't really used Bryce fully. They haven't really taken. I don't think he's thrown the ball more than 20 plus yards in the air. I could be wrong, but
I think you're right. I think his deepest throw was a couple of those to Terrace Marshall.
yeah, I think the first one, honestly,
Might have been his furthest. So I guess they don't want to force anything downfield until about the fourth quarter if they need to. Or maybe they do something right here. 1st and 10. Young is looking downfield, but he's just going to dump it short again. It is caught. Gain of positive yards. Miles Sanders. It'll be 2nd down with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
yeah. And Krish, I think our meet's about to end in less than a minute. So
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the next one ready then. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, we have a lot of people joining our meet, so it.
courtesy of our stream manager Samuel Levine on that one. So
Oh yeah, we'll just join Samuel's meet.
I got to point to my sources, you know.
So I'll do this play real quick before I share the screen. It's 2nd and 7, and Young is going to hand it up the middle. Hubbard and fights for a
He
yard.
got stuffed on that one.
At max, he's only going to get a yard, and it's 3rd and 6.
I doubt even that. While Chris does that, we'll talk about the offensive turnover. Frank Reich hired January 6th as the new head coach over Steve Wilkes. Kind of controversial. They bring in Miles Sanders, Thielen, and Hurst, as well as getting Young at the number 1 overall selection and Mingo in the 2nd round. So as a result of that, they did have to lose DJ Moore to Chicago. He'll make his debut later today. Tight end still the same. Deontay Foreman, also a Bear now. And Sam Darnold, the backup quarterback for the 49ers, but he did good enough for them to trade Trey Lance away. So
now 3rd and 6, trips left for Bryce Young. He's looking to the left, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted once again. 2nd interception of the game from Young. And guess who it is again? Jesse Bates back at it once again. And another
flag. I think there's a late flag.
There is a late flag, and now the Jesse Bates calming down a little. He's holding up the 2 for his 2nd pick, but we'll see if this stands or not. A flag does fly in out of nowhere. Bryce Young puts his helmet back on. He's walking back on the field. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe taunting? Jesse Bates still fired up.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm kind of lost right here. Well, let's take a look at the interception.
This is not a good throw at all.
It's the same play. It's the exact same play. The flag is going to go against Carolina, so it's not going to affect the interception. But it's the same exact play. Bryce Young is throwing over the middle, and he thought he had his man. He did not see Jesse Bates for the 2nd time, and that's why Jesse Bates is definitely one of the best safeties in the NFL.
Well, it's not even Bates. I mean, this is just not record. This is the only man that Bryce was focused on is Terrell, who was beat. But you have to be able to watch out for the safety drop, and it's just both times he's made that mistake. And as a result, Jesse Bates may win NFC Defensive Player of the Week with those 2 interceptions already. And the Falcons, they clearly didn't miss on this one for sure.
It's his 16th career interception, his 2nd of the day. He's got the handshakes going on the sideline. Bryce Young, just definitely not the rookie start you would want. But now he's going to have to put trust back into the defense, who have held it down as much as they can. But now the Falcons are in a very nice situation right here at the Carolina 36 for 1st and 10. Bijan in the backfield. He gets the football, and he's running very nicely. Bijan Robinson. And a hit by Jeremy Chan will mark him just shy of the 1st down marker. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Atlanta.
So, Falcons getting right back to where they left off. At the Bijan standpoint, at least, he's been pretty good today.
Oh, and then we were just talking about him being good, and then he trips up the turf monster.
My bad, Bijan.
Sean Williams, who tagged him down, who Carolina signed in free agency.
That one's on me.
Well, actually, it helps. I appreciate that.
3rd and 5 now.
They have to throw the football.
They may, yeah, exactly. I mean, Ritter hadn't done much in the air, only 31 yards passing, so probably the least amongst all quarterbacks today.
The camera's on Troy Hill right now. He had that big hit on Bijan back in the first half when J.C. Horn went off the field. I don't have a lot of news on Horn right now. I have to find that out soon. 3rd and 5. Robinson, they run the football, and he's not going to get anywhere. The Carolina Panthers defense standing tall. It's Deshaun Williams once again who'll make it 4th and 5.
I mean, this play calling is very conservative, Bruce. They don't have any trust at all in Desmond Ridder.
And Arthur Smith is furious, and it does not look like they're going to kick a field goal.
They are definitely kicking that field goal.
They definitely are. 49-yard attempt.
If they're not passing on 3rd and 5, they're not passing on 4th and 5.
Younghoe Koo from 49 yards out to tie this football game.
This is not a
gimme
gimme.
In his range, and Koo's kick is right down the middle. And this game is going to be tied at 10 apiece. So Bryce Young throws his 2nd interception of the game to Jesse Bates, and the Atlanta Falcons once again get points off turnover. We are tied 10 apiece. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me, I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
Welcome back. Tied at 10 apiece. 10-10 in ATL. Bryce Young coming off his 2nd interception of the game, which resulted in a 49-yard field goal for the Atlanta Falcons. And with under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, Carolina will get the football back.
Yeah, and I mean, just the play calling duties. I don't want to say the first time they were bad, but the second time ran the same play. And also, I do just want to say we have another score alert. Some former Panther action. Christian McCaffrey gets the touchdown. It's 27-7. I mean, wow. I heard some Steelers for the AFC North this year, but
this is the Steelers.
Also, upset alert in the nation's capital. The Arizona Cardinals are trying their hardest to lose, but it's not working. They find themselves up by a score.
Yeah, Sam Howell is not playing good football. You check his stats.
Yeah, a little bit of a scoregami action. The Ravens are up 15-6. And the Saints are down 9-6. There have been a lot of weird games today. Baker Mayfield's in the red zone. They have a chance to take the lead on the Vikings.
This is a weird day of football.
I mean, dude, Darnold may get some playing time with how much the Niners are beating the Steelers by.
Handoff to Hubbard. Oh, he makes a nice move. Stays on his feet. Chuba Hubbard. What a big run. A big explosive play for the Carolina Panthers, and it's a wake-up call for this Falcons defense.
Yeah, interesting helmet that Hubbard picked out today. I've never really seen that one before. But as for the actual football play, he makes a nice shift that somehow dekes all 3 Falcons. In the secondary, 2 linebackers run into each other. It's just great play. And Hubbard, not an awful campaign for the running back 1 spot today.
8 rushes for 57 yards. A very solid stat line for Chuba Hubbard. As here comes our RB1 Sanders, and he's going to get eaten alive in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Miles.
We got to get more from him, man. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, we definitely like to see more. That play was done before it even started.
Yeah, I mean,
Troy Anderson with the tackle. Now 2nd and 11 for Carolina. The last time Bryce Young had a similar stat line like this was the Georgia versus Alabama national championship game. Bryce had 1 passing touchdown and 2 interceptions in that game. He's now on 2nd and 11. Bryce checks it down. It's Hubbard. He's had a few good plays, and he will get positive yards, but not enough to put Carolina in a good spot. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's had a few good plays, but that was not one of them, unfortunately. So
now a 3rd and 9. We got receivers on the left. That's Thielen and Marshall. Hayden Hurst looks like he's blocking. He could go out of the block too. And Mingo's on the right. Carolina 3 for 8 on 3rd down today. Young, he takes the snap, taking his time, throws over the middle, and an underthrown football to Terrace Marshall, but a flag comes in, and this looks like pass interference against the Falcons.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because Jesse Bates made a gesture sort of that almost looked like a flag gesture, but then he immediately started running away. I'm kind of confused. That's definitely pass interference on the defense, though. The right call. And that
Arthur Smith,
that's going to be an automatic first down, right? But Arthur, somebody's going to have to calm him down a little bit.
That's Trey Flowers who's going to get called on the pass interference. We take a look at Terrace Marshall, the intended target. He gets pulled to the ground.
Yeah.
Weak contact, but it's enough to call the flag.
That is the right pull call there for sure. But, oh my goodness. They're having to hold Arthur's hoodie back to make sure that he doesn't get called.
For his own penalty.
I mean, I know that he's on the opposing team, but Arthur Smith is putting on a show for the fans.
So now Carolina marching into Atlanta territory, and a flag is already thrown up. This looks like a free play because they let it continue as Sanders gets a few yards. I think this might be maybe flag against Atlanta.
That one was so early that it's probably going to be going back, I would assume.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's on Carolina now. Bryce not happy. Camera's pointed at Mingo. Yep. 1st and 15 for Carolina.
So,
oh, and wow, Tampa Bay just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I know. Upset alert in Minnesota.
Man, how
about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, right. How about Baker Mayfield?
Career revival. He's got 2 TD passes today to his name.
Yeah, man. I mean, Baker still got a solid O-line as 1st and 15 and a nice run for Sanders. And, it looks like the football came out at the end of the play. The Falcons say they have it. I thought Sanders was down initially by contact.
Uh-oh.
I see a lot of black down there.
Usually when it lasts this long, it's not a good sign.
Is Sanders down? Oh, no. I don't know if he's down or not.
And that's going to be recovered.
I don't know if Sanders was down. Oh, they're saying 2nd down. It's Carolina football. And Arthur's about to throw his headset.
I'm kind of interested. Arthur was running towards the field when the camera got off him, so...
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
That looks like, the challenge flag is out for the Atlanta Falcons.
God, really? Yeah, Falcons think they have the football.
I'm not even... I think the Falcons have the football too, Krish. That looked like...
I'm very lost. I'm not going to say a word. I honestly... I don't know. It's so close. Oh, I think it's out. I don't know.
We'll take a break, though.
Recovered by Atlanta. I think we should stay on here. It's recovered by Atlanta. But
For sure.
we don't know. The only way it could be Carolina football is if Sanders was down with either his knees or his arm. It's like the elbows down. And I don't know. I think that ball might have got punched out before Sanders hit the turf. And that would be the third turnover of the day on Carolina. Which, I mean, kind of the only reason the Falcons are in this football game is because of the Carolina turnovers.
Looks like we may have an injury right now. Deontay Johnson may have just injured his hamstring. Oh, that's a fantasy player for me, so
Oh, that's not good.
it's just going downhill today, guys.
Yeah, now it's confirmed that J.C. Horn will be out for the rest of this game with a hamstring injury. And I'll try finding some more words on him. But he will not be returning for this game. Man, what disappointment.
I mean,
This
speaking of
really hurts.
disappointment, the Vikings look to get back on track. There have been 23. There have been, I think, 17 touchdowns or so today. Maybe like 18. I don't know. But so far, the biggest upset is the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
16-10 against the Commanders still.
I mean, that's
And
certainly
it's
how the
not going
Commanders
well for
running.
the former UNC quarterback, Sam Howell, today.
Yeah, it's not been a good day for him.
He's 17 for 26 with a touchdown and an interception. Very mediocre stuff for sure. As for our score predictions, Krish, I'm not trying to. I do have some bad news about the game.
Yeah, I think I have some bad news too.
Yeah, I was viewing my fantasy cast, and the brown football logo went from the Carolina Panthers to the Atlanta Falcons.
And yes, it looks like this call is about to be reversed. It looks like just by a millisecond, the ball was punched out of Miles Sanders' hands before he hit the ground. He was unable to recover it. And it's now the third turnover of the game by the Carolina Panthers. And Atlanta takes over.
Uh-oh.
So, 1st and 10 for the Falcons, and now it's Tyler Algier with another big run. So the RB2, so Chuba Hubbard and Tyler Algier.
Yeah,
are
we
having
thought
better
today
games than
was going
Miles
to be all about Sanders and Bijan, but
Yeah, I don't understand.
it's been, let's just say that they haven't done much.
I mean, especially now you have Miles Sanders in fantasy, and now this fumble is going to hurt you. So now another first down for Atlanta. They have scored all of their points off turnover drives by Carolina. Another handoff to Algier, and this time he's going nowhere. The defensive line of the Carolina Panthers brings the pressure. I see Frankie Louvu and members in there, but this is the Christian McCaffrey 65-yard rushing touchdown. That's a beautiful block by Brandon Ayuk. Cuts back, goes back left, and then just you cannot stop him there.
I'm always going to miss him in Carolina Blue.
Certainly. And now another pass. This is to Kyle Pitts. Finally, he gets some action at the first down for the Falcons. As on the coverage was CJ Henderson giving up the first down.
This has been a very weird game for sure.
That's Pitts' first reception of the entire game. And Drake London is yet to have a reception either. As Ritter looking to his left, now rolling left, and his pass is caught. Tyler Algier, another first down, tackled by Derek Brown. And it looks like the Panthers, because we're about to be in the fourth quarter, are going to need something from Bryce Young. Because whatever they're trying to do right now is not working. And all these turnovers by Carolina have been answered as points. by the Falcons. So now another first down. Clear field goal range for Younghoe Koo. So now the Falcons are trying to hit the end zone. This could be the last play of the third quarter. It's a run for Robinson. Bijan, he's got some space to the 10, to the 5, down at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Falcons when we come back. We head to the fourth quarter on a very salty note. The Atlanta Falcons are 4 yards away from taking a potential 7-point lead over your Carolina Panthers. And man, just a beautiful run by Bijan, and that'll take us to the fourth. We still got to have some hope. Bryce Young will get an opportunity to get the ball back after this drive. Hopefully the Panthers defense can stand tall. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. Understand that? Look at me, I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way, cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. It is time for the fourth quarter. As you can see here, Falcons are getting pretty high up. And my expectations for this Panthers team are lowering by the minute. First and goal from the 4-yard line. Can the Panthers defense stand tall? Ritter hands off to Algier, and he's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So one stop right there by the Panthers defensive line. That'll make it second and goal.
So, second and goal. The goal is just to get out of this with 3 points because time not really on your side. The Falcons, they can milk as much clock here as they want, really, which they are going to.
And now second and goal. Algier will stay in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left. Mac Hollins on the right. Second and goal for Atlanta. And this is going to be another run for Algier. He bounces off a tackle, gets to the corner, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tyler Algier. And the Atlanta Falcons reclaim the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Unfortunate right there. Just, that is the first points for the Falcons that, well, no, never mind. All 17 of their points are off turnovers today.
Yep. Man, it looked like they had him at first, but once again, like the Bijan play, he bounced off tackles and he got into the end zone. And just not the situation you want to be right now if you're Carolina. Bryce Young and the Panthers have not done the best of jobs to move the football. Now the question is, did Algier get into the end zone? As the football has to be over the orange line, the orange before he crosses out, and Reich is discussing with the refs right now. If anything, this would be 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. As now they'll have a quick scoring review. Either way, man, just all these points are off miscues by the Carolina Panthers. And, I mean, you take away all those miscues. You take away both of those bad Bryce Young interceptions. You take away that fumble. I don't know if the Falcons are on the board or not in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of miscues for sure, and it's unfortunate that it's unfortunate that it's going to have to be life or death. I mean.
As for I guess for our scoring, nobody has the Falcons with 17 points. I guess Sam and I would be the closest, or Matthew, me, and Sam would be the closest to that if they get another field goal.
Yeah, I don't see. For my score prediction, I kind of need the Panthers to get a field goal in their next drive, probably.
I need 2 more touchdowns by Carolina.
Here's how mine's going to work. I need a field goal for the Panthers, a field goal for the Falcons, and then the Panthers to go for 2 for the win and get it.
I would need 2 touchdowns by Carolina and then a field goal by Atlanta. So I'm probably in the best situation right now because I need 2 Carolina touchdowns and then I need a field goal by Atlanta. So I would need a touchdown from from Carolina to tie the game. Falcons kick a field goal, Panthers go down the game and win score the game-winning touchdown to win at 24-20. But either way, man, just at this rate, I don't know if I want him to be short or not. Or maybe I do. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I mean.
Because at least it saves you a little bit of clock if he.
I don't think clock's an issue right now, but.
I think any second matters.
I think
right
they're going to score a touchdown if this doesn't stand either way. So, like.
I want a touchdown from Drake London, so I'd rather him score than Tyler Algier. Because Drake London has done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the disappointment. We did not put in Ryan. The ruling on the field is still a touchdown. We did not put in Ryan's score prediction. He had the Falcons winning 24-17. So that could very much.
He has the best prediction out of anybody
as well. Yeah, that could very much be correct as well.
Yeah, I mean,
because he sent his in a little late for the broadcast, but he's the only person that picked the Falcons. The touchdown will stand. Younghoe Koo's extra point is right down the middle, and the Atlanta Falcons. Now a flag is down during Koo's extra point, and this is against Atlanta. They might need to kick the extra point a little further and make this game a little interesting. And this is going to – he didn't point to any side. He just said the field goal's good. But I guess Atlanta's got to kick it even further on the kickoff. So that means that the Panthers could have a lot better field positioning. Either way, it's going to be 17-10 lead for Atlanta with 14 minutes to go in this game.
So, I don't know what's really going on now.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think of right now. I guess I'm just trying to keep my spirits high, but other than that, a
touchdown is still possible. I mean, the Panthers have scored 1 today, so.
I mean, it's better than it being 17-3 right now. So Falcons lead it 17-10. Carolina's going to get the football back, and they could likely have better field positioning for this next drive. But, Sam, I don't want to say this is definitely the moment we could see what Bryce Young is capable of doing. And obviously,
Absolutely.
if he fails today, I don't think I can say anything for him since this is his first NFL game. But this is definitely the moment we get a little showing of who Bryce Young is as a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes a player in the National Football League. So
it looks like
it's just kick return would be nice though too.
I don't know if we're getting that because this ball is booted, I think, through the uprights. So
Yeah.
watch here doesn't get an opportunity. Carolina starts at their own 25-yard line, meaning they need to go 75 yards. And hopefully Eddie Pinheiro made extra point to tie this football game. Because we also have to point out that factor.
If the Panthers don't turn the ball over, the Falcons are presumably not going to score. So,
correct. So this is definitely the biggest drive of the game. And if you're Bryce Young, just keep the football away from Jesse Bates. 2 interceptions and 1 forced fumble in his first game as an Atlanta Falcon. This is A+ signing in free agency right now. As they'll run the football to start the drive. They'll go back to Miles, try and get him some confidence. He only picks up 2 yards.
yeah.
And I don't think this is the time to run the football, man. I think you got to pass the ball.
Mm-hmm.
This is our Bryce Young, 15 for 23, 105 passing yards, a passing touchdown, and 2 interceptions. I mean, I want to see some more yards from Bryce.
2nd and 8 here. This could be a run play, though. I'm going to be honest.
It is a pass play. Young is looking. He's going to dump it short for Sanders. This should be enough for a first down, and it is. Miles Sanders breaking off the tackles, and he picks up a Carolina Panther first down.
So, first down right there for Sanders, but
the check down works. I'll take it. It's first down. Get some yards. Or no, they're going to say no first down. 3rd and 1. Wow. I thought that was a clear first down.
Sanders stays on the field instead of Hubbard.
And Sanders, that should be good for a first down. So you should officially have it right there. And yes, it is. First down. So under 13 minutes to play. And now Sanders and Ian Thomas will get a breather on the sideline. Chuba Hubbard checks in. We'll have to see who checks in at the tight end position. They got Tommy Tremble, Hayden Hurst, maybe even pull a wild card, put Giovanni Ricci at tight end on this play. But it's going to be Hurst and Thielen on the left, Mingo, Marshall on the right, Hubbard in the backfield. First and they motion Hurst inside, 1st and 10, play action. Young, there he goes. He's taking a shot downfield. He's got a man, and it's overthrown.
Way overthrown.
For Terrace Marshall.
Little overcooked right there.
And finally, Bryce Young was going for the big play, but he's unable to find Terrace Marshall.
So,
and we'll have to check this play out again as Marshall was just on a go route. Little stop and moving and just, yeah, that's on Bryce for sure. He had him beat. He had AJ Terrell beat. Just could not put the ball in the breadbasket, and that's going to make it 2nd and 10.
No, I got the hiccup. Sorry.
You're good. The 2nd and 10, handoff Sanders, and this will be a gain of what looks like 5-6 yards. So make it 3rd and manageable for Carolina. But this is, once again, another massive 3rd down. And I don't know, Sam. I really don't like being in these 3rd down situations.
It definitely is interesting because I don't think that Young, I could be wrong, I don't think that he has had a pass that has converted to a first down on 3rd down today. So
I think he's had 1 or 2 because there was one, or I might just be thinking, I think there might be 1 or 2, but
maybe
you also
one
might be
but
right. And that's movement. Oh my
Whoa.
God. Way too, I think that's Icky.
I think that's Taylor Moton.
Oh, I didn't see it then. Oh, it was Icky.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
mistake
my
right there
gosh.
for sure.
Sophomore slump. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, man?
That was just blatantly obvious.
I mean, he was trying to get a little bit of a head start. These Falcons fans are feeling it. I can see flags all over the place. But like I've said, Bryce Young has been in this moment before. 3rd down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Can he deliver again? 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Panthers pick it up. Young trying to get away, and he's going to get sacked. That might be the first time I've seen Bryce Young on the ground all game, but it comes at the worst time possible. Anderson brought him down, and Carolina's going to have to punt this ball.
Yeah, I mean, just the pocket just collapses quick and he doesn't get out of it. That's really all there is. The Falcons run a 5-man blitz, and it's the 5th man
And almost
that is
got
the
away.
X factor. Just a misassignment, and 4th and a mile now.
At least when you got a guy like Johnny Hecker, you can expect something good. That's a very good punt by Hecker. Bounces back a little bit, and
it ended up going to it ended up turning into a pretty average punt at the end.
Yeah,
so.
Unfortunately, with that bounce, it's going to give Atlanta some good field positioning. So once again, the game is going to come down to the Carolina Panthers defense. They trail the Atlanta Falcons 17-10 as your score. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. We are back on the Carolina Cast. The Falcons have the ball back with 11 minutes to play for a 1st down and 10. And Ritter hands it off. This is Bijan Robinson on the run. He's got a 1st down and more. Lost the football, but the Falcons are right there to recover it. And nearly a massive play, but a flag is down now. And it's going to be holding on the offense.
Yeah, so but I mean, that would have been
interesting play. It goes from a fumble, or it goes from a big gain from Bijan to a fumble to now a hold on the Falcons. That's, oh my goodness, wow. And that was Frankie Louvu right behind Bijan Robinson, stripped the ball away, and nearly made an absolutely massive play for Carolina. But instead, they're going to lose 10 yards, so it's 1st and 20. I'll take it. And Bijan just getting talked to on the sideline about play.
His fumble doesn't count in the stats book, so
yeah. But it is possible to force a fumble off Bijan Robinson, folks. 1st and 20, play action. Ritter looking over the middle, going to dump it short to Algier, and a massive hit by Shaq Thompson. Oh my goodness.
Great play right there. And now it's a 3rd and very long.
Oh, it'll stay 2nd down because the penalty made it 1st down.
Yeah. That's true.
But wow, Shaq Thompson really getting the guys fired out with 10 minutes to play. What a massive hit by Shaq Thompson. Oh my goodness. And now they run it. Algier. He's going nowhere. The Panthers have all the momentum right now. Derek Brown, Troy Hill, and Brian Burns get it done. It's not going to be 3rd and a mile for the Falcons.
Yeah, so
Another massive play by the
3rd and
Panthers.
22 to go. Jeez.
Can the Panthers? They need to stop. This is play of the game for the Carolina Panthers defense. You could possibly put Bryce Young in a solid spot to make a drive happen, or the Falcons get an absolutely insane play right here. 3rd and 22 for Atlanta. Play clock is winding down for Desmond Ridder. It's at 2. It's at 1. It's at 0. They barely get the snap off. Here comes the pressure, and this pass is going to be caught by Bijan. He's got a long way to go. Robinson will not get the first down. Wow. It was scary. Bijan was moving left.
That could have gotten pretty bad right there.
Oh my good, gain of 17 yards by Bijan Robinson, but he will not get the first down. Ridder barely got that ball to him because the pressure was coming in. Luvu couldn't get him. Bell couldn't get him. And then Derek Brown, game-saving tackle on Bijan Robinson. Wow. And that's going to make it 4th and 5. So Bryce Young is getting ready to take the field. The Panthers are going to get the football back as Pinion boots it away. And a flag is down. Smith-Marset will return it with what could be a free play, running to the right side. And that's a horse collar. And another flag gets thrown. So 2 flags are thrown on this play. A horse collar. Wow. That is I don't know why they're celebrating. That's obviously a horse collar tackle. He tried to ruin the career of Ihmir Smith-Marset. As number 11 heads to the sideline, who could be another victim like 11 almost was last year. So now we'll have to see. There's 2 flags on this play. One is definitely that horse collar. That was the second flag that was thrown. So now we have to know what is the first flag. We can see the flags side by side.
I don't know if they cancel out each other or what, but
yeah, because one could be on Carolina. If one's on Carolina, then they're going to have to cancel it out, and I don't know where the football gets placed. And exactly. I guess if it's a long discussion, it's probably one on Carolina and the other one is the horse collar. I mean, all the refs are huddled together for this. And what could be a game-changing call. So, so this is Smith-Marset. This is the horse collar. Completely grabs the back of him and just yanks him to the ground. That is dude, his career could have ended right there. I'm being serious.
That is a career. That's I mean, maybe an ejection. I don't know. I mean,
all right. So we'll have to see what the calls are. So one against once against Atlanta or Carolina. Excuse me. That's Carolina. And one's against Atlanta. So did they just offset this and put the football in a fair spot, or?
You can't tell me that the ball is going to be put inside the 5 because that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know where's the football? It's at the 1 yard line or what?
See what the ESPN Gamecast is going to say is the Commanders just scored a touchdown to take the lead on the Arizona Cardinals.
On ESPN, they're saying that the football is at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, they are.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
I hope that's a glitch. You better not be starting.
No, that may not be a glitch. I'm being honest.
Why would we start at the 1 yard line?
Because both penalties cancel out, so it's at the spot of the tackle, I guess.
Oh, that's bull crap. That's not fair at all. Because the penalty happened at the 1 yard line.
I think that should be reset at the 20.
Right. I think that should just be called a touchback.
But, I mean.
Oh, Sam Howell just ran in for a rushing touchdown for Washington.
Yeah. Joey Sly, former Panther, with the extra point.
Oh, Joey Sly. Don't even get me started on that guy.
The division rival Saints have taken a 16-9 lead.
And Browns
And
still lead the Bengals.
the
13-4.
shocker is that the Jaguars are down by 4 points.
Wow, they're down to 21-17 to the Colts.
And the Bengals have 3 points on the day.
Lovely.
I mean, Burrow is 11 for 25 with 71 yards passing.
That's
A lot
just
of people,
awesome.
a lot of people here on Carolina Cast preseason Super Bowl pick.
That's still my Super Bowl pick. I'm not changing that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to change some of my fantasy team picks after today because if it stands as it is right now, I'm gonna be losing to Carolina Cast member Samuel.
Which I don't think you were expected to lose like ever. So,
And Krish, I mean, his entire team is still yet to play pretty much against Marcus today, so we'll see. Calvin Ridley has 24 points on the day, though.
okay, so now we're looking at the Panthers sideline because now they're furious. So yes, the football is at the 1 yard line.
Okay, do not take a safety right here because
So this is how fair the NFL is, people. And
this does not have to be
why
your
are
last
you
possession
putting
of the
Bryce
game.
Young back there alone?
Oh my God,
No.
this is gonna go bad, Krish. I have a bad feeling about this.
Why? I don't like this at all. I actually hate this. I don't even want to watch this right now. No, what is wrong with you guys? Okay, Frank Reich clearly wants us to tank. 1st and 10. Young
There's no
is
point taking
throwing
it. First
from his
round
end
pick.
zone. He's taking a shot. Downfield, he had him. No! He
That
had
throw was-
Jonathan Mingo. He was open, and it's overthrown again. That was a 99-yard touchdown to Mingo.
I mean,
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
that
my
is a
gosh.
very bad job on that throw right there. But I mean, take a look at this horse collar tackle.
And then they still put the ball at the one.
I thought the NFL said that they cared about player safety, Krish.
Correct. And I guess it's a reward for horse collaring players now. Okay, so
it
now
looks like
I don't even know if we want to run. I want to do
Bryce
that
is
again.
still
To
in the
be honest.
shotgun here.
Oh, he's out. He's out. Okay, he's good. He's good. He picked up a yard.
That had safety written all over it, dude.
Well, that means here on 3rd down, we have to pass the ball again.
Or we just run it and hope that we get the ball
No,
back again.
no, we're not getting the football back. They're going to run the ball at Bijan for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that'll be unfortunate to watch.
So this is what it comes down to, folks. 3rd and 8 at the Carolina 2-yard line. Or 3rd and 7, excuse me. Carolina, that's not that bad. Carolina 3-4 yard line. 3rd and 7. First game of the season's pretty much on the line with 7.5 minutes to play. Young takes the snap, looking sideline and incomplete for Terrace Marshall.
Terrell with the great coverage right there, but that one was off the hand of Marshall. And the Panthers, as I said, it's fine. You're going to punt here. Just make sure that you get the ball back before the game ends, really.
Oh, and Marshall was not ready for that football at all.
Well, Bryce was not ready to get a safety, so
just throw it away. Because that was nearly a pick. You're throwing at AJ. Oh, I don't like this either.
Ooh.
No.
I trust Johnny.
Written all over it.
I trust Johnny Hecker, one of the better kickers and one of the better punters in the NFL.
He got it out. But this is
going to be good field positioning, though, for the Atlanta Falcons.
Let it roll. Let it keep going. Let it keep going. Let it keep going. Stop it. Good. Laviska Shenault puts a stop on the ball. And I think I might be too much to ask, but now you need another stop by the Carolina Panthers defense.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we're just going to stay on here because it looks like they're coming back right after this.
I think we will.
I just can't believe this. I mean, I don't want to say I'm disappointed. It is the first game of the season, but
you can say that you're disappointed.
248 passing yards, 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions by Bryce. We've all the stats have shown we've won this football game, and look at the scoreboard.
The turnovers, I mean.
As Algier gets, oh my goodness, Frankie Louvu literally jumped him right there.
He's going to add on to his monster day. I mean, I've been surprised that the Falcons have been able to do this well, but mainly it's because they have 70 passing yards. So,
correct.
If if you want to invest in running backs, the Atlanta Falcons are definitely the team to add some players to your waiver wire. I mean, I don't think at this rate, Chris, he would have less than 3,000 yards passing on the season.
I know. A 2nd and 10. They're going to wave Bijan in motion. Take him back to the outside.
Oh, my God. That was
pass play. Ritter throwing, and it is caught.
Almost dropped
by Matt Collins. Barely holds on to the football. But, I mean, when you have a kicker like Younghoe Koo, it's another first down that could pretty much call this game. And, of course, guess who was on the coverage? C.J. Henderson.
Yeah, he's the next man in line when it comes to us nitpicking players on the defense this year, I'm afraid.
And, all this could be prevented.
Now that Keith is no longer with us, of course.
I mean, all this could have been blocked, denied if we had J.C. Horn on the football field, but unfortunately we don't, and we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Another run for Algier, and he only picks up a yard or two.
So it really just comes to pass defense, which I didn't think I was going to say, but now I am. So
I guess the fortunate thing about this situation is Carolina does have 3 timeouts. And I mean, I just don't know what else. That's pretty much it. We only have 3 timeouts. I don't know what else to. Brian Burns started off this game very strong, and ever since
you can't give up points here, and they almost are in field goal range. So
I mean, I still think from where they are right now that Younghoe Koo can make that field goal. 2nd and 7 for Atlanta. And they're going to play action this. Ritter looking for the dagger in the end zone. And it is caught by Kyle Pitts at the 5-yard line. And it is 1st and goal for the Atlanta Falcons. Are you serious?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, flag. Oh, flag. Pitts is fired up. Thompson's pointing the other way. Hold on. Pause. Oh my God.
I don't know what we have here, Chris.
Life savings. Please put this on Atlanta. Please. No, what?
PI as well.
Called pass interference on us? Oh my God. I'm done. Cut him. I'm done. Oh, I've seen enough. Nope. No, thank you. Why is C.J. Henderson guarding Kyle Pitts, and what the frick was that? So you're telling me Desmond Ritter has not shown any signs of passing the football this entire game, and then when he loads up and throws, it gets the luckiest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it's not over yet. The Falcons are going to try to add on some gravy here, Chris.
Gosh, dang. It's a run, Algier, and he's fighting to get inside the end zone. He's going to get down to about 4-3-yard line. Clock is stopped. Did Carolina take a timeout right here?
A little early.
I mean, 5 minutes to play, and yep, Carolina burns their first timeout.
Dude, this is just unfortunate.
I need a fumble. Man, that Bijan fumble could have really changes. Man, the 2 picks by Young, the fumble by Sanders. And I don't really want to call this a turnover score, but Carolina had to punt the football from inside their own 5. And it doesn't matter if your punter's Johnny Hecker. You're not going to be able to make it as good as a punt. Like, you barely have any time to get that ball out or else it's blocked. And then finally Desmond Ritter decides to throw the football downfield and it works. All right, so one Panther tried to get off the football field. Hopefully he did, so it's not another penalty. But it won't matter. Touchdown, Tyler Algier. And the Atlanta Falcons have put the exclamation point on this game.
Tyler Algier today. I mean, what a game. Just...
And now Bryce Young.
24 fantasy points.
4:48 to go. And can Bryce Young pull off a miracle? As we look back at this last play, it's just run to the left side. Everybody's blocking. Nobody's worried about Algier. He just steps in. And now here comes Youngway's Koo's extra point. We're going to stay on here. We will not take a commercial break under 5 minutes to play. Good snap, good hold. And Koo's kick is good. The Atlanta Falcons take a 24-10 lead over your Carolina Panthers with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bryce Young has 2 timeouts, has a very rookie stat line. Dude, that, if anything, that's pass interference on Kyle Pitts.
I know.
Dude, I'm sorry. He puts his whole body on.
Nothing's as bad as the horse collar.
This is the first time I'm ever going to defend CJ Henderson. If anything, Kyle Pitts put his entire arms and body to push him off and then catch the football. I feel bad for CJ, right? That's not CJ's fault for once.
A little bit of helmet contact there for sure, but I mean.
So Tyler Algier, 2 rushing touchdowns, or 2 touchdowns in this game. First career with 2 rushing 2 touchdowns, and just, man. So Bryce Young getting ready to take the football field, 4:48 to play. Like I said, 2 timeouts. He's got a good supporting cast. He's got some nice coaching staff, maybe give him some good plays, but the plays have been there. We saw Mingo wide open, what could have been tied 17 ball game off a 99-yard touchdown, turned into a 24-10 Super Bowl 50 score for the Atlanta Falcons.
I mean, Kyle Pitts, he still didn't get a touchdown, though, so.
Correct. I mean, not even a single reception by Drake London in this game, and look at what the Falcons are doing.
Yeah, it's been.
I mean, they've completely shut down Drake London. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10, trips right. Chuba's in the backfield. And this could hopefully mean something. 1st and 10, Young takes the snap, rolling to his left. He dumps it short and just going to throw it away. Miles Sanders was the intended target.
I don't think there was an intended target on that one, I would hope.
As the number 1 overall pick in their first career start since 1967 are 4-21. The last win was September 8th in 2022 when David Carr won with the Texans. So Bryce Young was trying to be the first one to do it in 21 years, but unfortunately would need probably one of the greatest endings to an NFL game to do so. 2nd and 10, Young trying to step up. He gets away from the pressure, rolling to his right, throwing downfield, and once again has to toss it out of bounds, incomplete. Thielen was down there, but couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, that was. It looks like our Panther happy predictions didn't age well.
Yeah, flip the score. I had Panthers 24-20. Falcons.
If we go for it on 4th down here, which I'm assuming we will, and we don't get it, there's a chance this game could end 31-10.
But now here comes something even bigger. Jesse Bates, who's had 2 interceptions and a forced fumble, is hobbling off the field.
That is a very unfortunate storyline right there. If he keeps on playing like this all season, then he may win Defensive Player of the Year. So,
as Bryce Young on 3rd and 10, no time to breathe. He is sacked by Lorenzo Carter. It is 4th and a mile. And
do you even go for it on 4th here?
If it was 4th and 10, I would have said you go for it, but I don't. Yeah, Bryce is coming off now, staying back on the field. I don't know what they're doing.
This has just not been the best quarterback debut, and a part of it's been because of the offensive line right here. They have 2 guys. Bozeman and Zavala are both on Carter, and he just runs right through 2 of them. That cannot happen. As we approach the 3-hour mark here on today's stream.
Bryce Young is still on the football field here for 4th down. And I have no clue what's going on.
I don't either. The clock stopped.
The Falcons call timeout.
Called timeout for some reason. Maybe they're trying to scare the Panthers into going for it, but that's really all I can guess.
Oh, this is the play that Bates apparently got injured on. It looks like that is Sanders.
I don't know. What was Sanders doing? Why did Sanders? Oh, that's on Thielen for jumping. He jumps on top of Sanders. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
trying to catch the ball that was floating out of bounds. And then Bates.
Yeah, that is a tough blow.
No, Pecker's just going to punt it on 4th and 22, 4 minutes to play. And at this point, if you're Carolina, you just want to finish up this game, head home.
Week 2 Monday Night Football.
I don't know if that's going to get any easier. As this punt is caught.
It's returnable.
And this is going to be 2 broken tackles before he's brought out of bounds. Tackle made by Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, you know that's not a good sign
And
on a special teams play.
yeah, Miller only able to pick up a few yards. That's actually Scotty Miller, who was with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers for a little bit, flipping to NFC South rival Falcons. So now they're going to get the football back. Under 4 minutes to play in this one. So Sam, what's I mean, I know we have our mood right now, just trying to end this game. What do you think the mood is on the sideline right now?
I mean, there's probably no mood. I mean, I'm assuming it's very quiet on the offensive side of the ball. I'm assuming with how his personality is that Bryce will take a lot of this. He will blame a lot of it on himself in the post-game show, of course. I'm not sure if he's going to be a little too hard on himself.
As the call is about to end, so I have to make
not all of this is I have a TV that's synced up anyway, so I don't need the meat.
okay. Then
I
I'll just
feel
make-
like I don't know. I feel like this is hopefully this doesn't ruin a team morale standpoint. The defense, they played well. In my opinion, they only really gave up 1 true touchdown. So,
which I still don't even want to call that a true touchdown. So
yeah, but I mean, it
counts. But
it started at the 35-yard line and it was a 65-yard drive. So that counts.
What I'm very surprised about is that we did not get a single turnover off Atlanta for how well we played.
Well, I mean, their run game's they have 2 of the best running backs in this division. I mean, Algier is playing out of his mind today, and Bijan's the best running back in the NFC South probably. So,
clearly, yeah.
Unless you want to throw Alvin Kamara into that discussion, but he's suspended right now. So,
I mean, I'm disappointed with this offense. I mean, it is really – I really thought we improved, but I don't see any improvement from last year at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I see regression.
I don't even see regression.
I expected more from Sanders today.
A lot more from Sanders. I expected a lot from Thielen today. I expected – I mean,
all of that goes back to Bryce Young. So
Correct. And I really don't know if this is going to get any better on Monday Night Football. You're telling me Bryce Young's first game at Bank of America Stadium is on Monday Night Football against one of the best defenses in the NFL?
I mean, good tackle right there. The force of 4th down. So hold that thought. Maybe this could be turned around into something. No timeouts, of course. So it's going to go down to inside the 2-3 minute mark. But I don't know.
Young taking the field again, just trying to hold it all in.
My fantasy team is getting eaten alive right now.
Started Drake London today. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
I started Deontay Johnson. He's out with a hamstring injury. David Njoku got a whopping 4.4 points today.
And there's the boot from Pinion. This ball is traveling to Smith-Marset. He's going to let it bounce. And
not sure why we're going to let that bounce. That's just wasting time on the game clock.
There's going to be 2:39 on the clock for Bryce Young. Out of timeout.
That could have been 2:48 if Smith-Marset called for a fair catch.
This is the day Bryce Young has had. 1 interception, frustration on the sideline, getting hit because of his offensive line, unable to get anywhere, overthrowing guys, just getting hit. I mean, this offensive line is awful. We have to remember that at the same time. I know we're blaming a lot of this on Young, because this is his rookie start, right? You're going to expect a lot more out of the number 1 overall pick in the draft, but man, this offensive line. So here we go. Bryce will get one more shot at it. 1st and 10. Looking to his right. surveying and just tosses it over to Ian Thomas.
I
who's on
haven't
the
seen it.
sideline.
I don't know. I feel like all the plays Bryce has made have been because the receivers made them. If that makes any sense, it may not, but
Look around the league at all the NFL rookies. Anthony Richardson has 164 passing yards and 2 total touchdowns. Colts only trail by 3. CJ Stroud, 190 passing yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. Texans trail. I mean, Bryce Young has had the least passing yards, but he does have 1 passing touchdown, and then he does have those 2 interceptions.
and on offense, I'm going to be honest, besides really Chuba Hubbard, there hasn't really been anything to look at as a sign of anything. But
As there's a underneath pass to Sanders, got a first down and more. He stepped out of bounds. Really wish he would have stayed in. It will be a Carolina first down, stopping the clock.
First down out of bounds, that's all you can really do. You stop the clock and you move the chains. So
Panthers only have 1 timeout, but that's the 2-minute warning.
it looks like every team in the NFC South besides the Panthers could be getting a win today. As
that put us already in 4th.
the Buccaneers just got the ball with 3:52. They're up 3. Baker Mayfield. I mean, I'm surprised. I know the Vikings defense sucks, but
1st and 10. Young taking his time, throwing the sideline. It's caught. Hayden Hurst has had a very good game for Carolina.
he's really been the only plus, I guess you could say. A nice first down right there, but
Definitely Bryce's favorite target
listen,
today.
that ball only traveled 9 yards in the air. So this is what I'm saying. Most of the time, when the ball travels beyond the yellow line, it is an interception or an incomplete pass.
And, maybe first game jitters. I think that's what a lot of those overthrows are from the first game jitters, just trying to understand this game. And Hubbard picks up a first down in Atlanta territory. We'll see if Carolina can get 1 more play before the 2-minute warning. Doesn't look like they want to. Actually, they do want to. But I don't know if it's going to happen because everyone hustling around. Yeah, this one's going to the 2-minute warning. We'll stay on here. 2-minute warning. Falcons lead the Panthers 24-10. It has been far from pretty for the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young's NFL debut. But man, turnovers hurt.
They don't help, that's for sure. I'm going to be honest, even if all the turnovers don't happen, we may still be losing this game. This is just...
10 points is not enough to win you a football game. It was against the Saints in Week 18 last year when nobody was trying. But 10 points is really never enough to win you a football game.
Yeah,
If it feels like a blowout right now, it does not feel like it's just 24-10. I know that's only 2 touchdowns, but it feels like it's really hard to get those 2 touchdowns. And for some teams, they're very easy, but and we just found out that Mel Tucker has been fired by Michigan State after we heard some allegations.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio this morning. Interesting step for that program because the Big Ten is just going to get stronger. So,
yeah, we'll see what comes out of it.
Michigan State's known about this since March, so
I'm surprised they do something now.
Interesting they do something in week 3, but let's see what's going on in the comments section. Oh, God.
Yeah, we got some Falcons fans.
Nice profile picture right there.
Gideon. I'll give him that.
Looks like Williams cast is going into live in a few hours, Krish.
We do not care. No, I'm playing. I guess I'll go watch Williams cast, even though it feels like he just copied our name.
And Kalen Patel, dude, we need you on backstage, man. Why aren't you here, dude?
Yeah, Kalen, weren't you supposed to be on the stream today?
We need you to paddle on over here, dude.
Brandon Ayuk has 38 fantasy points. Gosh dang. Joe Burrow has 3 fantasy points for me. I'm never playing in my dad's league again.
Not as bad as 4.4 for David Njoku.
0. 0 from Drake London. 0.
I almost traded for him in multiple leagues, so.
I can't believe I drafted Drake London. I actually thought Drake London would be good this year. Dude, Evan Ingram has 9 points. I know OBJ only has 5 points. I'd rather start him than Drake London. All right, well, here we go. Back from the 2-minute warning, 1st and 10.
Let's
Young
take a
takes
shot
snap,
here. I mean,
nearly gets
why
the
not?
football out, and I think that's incomplete.
That's not looking any good. Yeah.
Sam, you know someone I haven't seen at all today? Taquan Graham.
Yeah, the sports broadcasting camp. Did he get cut by the Atlanta Falcons?
I think he's still on the roster. Well, I think he's still there. I just haven't seen him on the football field, like, at all.
Yeah, I have not either.
Oh, I guess they called this a fumble by Bryce, or it was a sack. And now I guess we have to review this, even though I just want to end this game. Come
What's
on,
the
guys.
point?
Now
dude,
the refs want to help us out, guys. You know, when the game's over, 0 timeouts, down by 2 touchdowns.
I don't really understand what the point is. Do you know what I mean? Or I mean, it's just like
no. Oh, now you have to do the booth review. Well, it looks like the richest player in NFL history just got benched. And he's my fantasy quarterback, too.
wait, Burrow got benched?
Yep. The most highest paying football player in the history of the world just got benched.
Well, also, no surprise here. The Ravens, J.K. Dobbins gets injured today.
Oh, AR5 just threw an interception. Oh, man,
I feel like his career's really been, that just sold the game for the Colts. Dang it. I kind of wanted them to win.
Same. I feel bad for AR5. I wish I could call him AR-15. I don't
Nope. We're gonna pretend that was not said. All right. Oh my goodness. So
he's gonna get better. Go Rise. Okay. Well, I appreciate if you're talking about Bryce.
I'm not sure. I think he's talking about D. Ritter. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're talking about Bryce Young, I really appreciate it. Trying to make us feel a little better. You know what? I will respect Falcons fans for this game because why can't I? I don't have anything to say. Oh, hey, I don't
respect your horse collar tackle. That's really
I actually, I do not respect that at all. All right, so the call gets reversed. Bryce, this is the first time I've ever seen Bryce Young mad in my entire life.
The most influential call of the entire game.
I don't think Bryce Young's parents have seen him that mad before.
I haven't seen Bryce Young's parents at the game, Krish. Oh man.
Yeah, they're not traveling to Atlanta, bro. They've already been here a few times.
Home openers next week. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is nothing compared to the SEC championship game.
They'll wait for Monday Night Football. Trust.
I mean, maybe Bryce should have stayed another year in Alabama. Maybe it would have had a growth spurt senior year.
No.
Too much.
That
too
Alabama
soon?
Trash.
Is that too soon?
Oh no, this Alabama team's trash now. I'm happy he left.
He
knew the team was getting worse.
I think Saban was counting on Bryce.
And Bryce passes caught by Mingo. And why not throw another flag, refs? Why not? Oh, this is definitely on Carolina. This is definitely on Carolina.
If I'm a Panthers fan at the game right now, I'm definitely trying to go home.
Oh yeah. One of our biggest fans, Nishan, is at this game I don't even know why. He lives in Charlotte. He went to this game and he asked me to be on the stream. So I told him maybe he can come on in a few weeks. But Troy Anderson gets called for holding. Oh, and Travis Etienne scored a touchdown for the Jaguars, and they're going to win the football game. Good for them.
Well, I'm going to be honest. At the end of the day, I think that besides the Bengals, because they're the Bengals, and they've never been good for 3 straight seasons in a row, I think everybody we thought was going to win is going to win today. The Jaguars, they win. The Falcons, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I thought that they were going to win. I predicted them in my pick'em. I was too scared to pick against them because I saw that all you guys picked them. So I didn't want to be the odd one out, even though that was Ryan and he got it right. So, however, I did not see this lopsided of a score. 24-10 was.
It at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's 24-10.
But it also
feels like it's 40-10.
Yeah, the touchdown feels like it didn't even happen. I mean,
And Bryce just, oh my goodness, that is a bomb to the stands by Bryce Young.
yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for this
mean-
kid. You know, the ghetto Gronk memes that are about to come out on Bryce Young. I can't even. Oh, I know. I know what's coming. I know what's about to happen.
I'm gonna have to make sure to check that out tonight for sure.
I mean, I already saw his first ever post of Bryce Young when he got drafted, and it was very disrespectful.
I've only seen the one that he posted where he had the high five a fan after the game against the Giants this year, but he jumped. So,
Oh, there. If you go all the way back, there's some really interesting things. 3rd and 5, Young thrown over the middle, and Adam Thielen has come alive for a Carolina first down.
oh, big hit though after the play, a little bit.
I mean, he still caught the football, so I'll take it.
Are we putting up these photos? I feel like we haven't put up one of these photos in a while. That's probably not a good sign, Krish.
So now 1st and 10, Young looking, and the ref gets out of the way. And looks like Bryce got mad at one of the coaches on the sideline telling him to throw the football right.
You know, I'm going to be honest. I'm not really liking the attitude that Bryce is having about this. He should be grateful to be playing right now.
Okay, stop. Bryce has kept his composure. He's fine. At least Bryce didn't throw his helmet.
I mean, I know, but it's like, I feel like after all this time, it's been a month, he's finally now letting it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just, I can't say I did not expect this.
Krish, if these performances keep piling up, are you going to replace Bryce Young on this beautiful Carolina Cast Sports Channel banner I have behind me right here?
No. It's the face of our franchise.
And a bit of a drop by Hubbard. So,
oh, but another flag.
There has been a lot of laundry in this game. As we look at the Panthers' upcoming schedule,
New Orleans on Monday Night Football next week.
Krish, I'm sorry. I think that we're going to be starting 0-6 this season.
There is a very good possibility.
I was thinking this would be the game that we win because this is probably the easiest opponent of the first 6 games.
And we look like this.
The New Orleans, okay, I'm being honest. Last season, our first win of the year was a home game against the Saints. I think that is our only chance of winning the first 6 games.
Well, I think there's also a chance against the Minnesota Vikings, considering what Baker Mayfield is doing right now. Like, oh my goodness, that is an absolute bullet to Chris Godwin.
All this is telling me is that we have no chance against Baker and the Bucs.
We have no chance against the Detroit Lions. And then Tyreek Hill might have 400 receiving yards against us.
If J.C. Horn
if J.C. Horn is out and C.J. Henderson
I feel like there's been a lot. There hasn't been a lot of sunshine throughout all the clouds today. That's really all I can say.
Right.
At this point, I'm just hoping that there's no injuries for the remainder of the game. I'm assuming the play that is next will be the last play from scrimmage. The Falcons schedule, they have an interesting schedule simply because if they beat the Packers, then they start off at 2-0. Jaguars in London. Are we going to be broadcasting that on here? I don't know. Maybe.
I think that might be.
Young rolls out. He throws one, and the cheerleaders have to scurry off because of how bad of a throw it was. So, Bryce Young taking some shots here at the end of the game, and Bijan Robinson will walk out as the better rookie through week 1. I will say, definitely worth all the hype so far.
We're down to the final 22 seconds of this one. And everyone removing helmets, getting ready to march onto this field. Carolina just going to take a shot because why not?
Will Bryce Young keep his jersey or will he exchange it?
Rolling out is Bryce Young, trying to get somewhere. He'll get credited for a few rushing yards. Clock will stop with 14 seconds, but the Atlanta Falcons will have to take the field one more time.
Wait, really?
Yes, because the clock stopped.
Gonna be honest, kind of surprised the Falcons didn't maybe let the clock tick out there.
No,
will take the final knee.
Bijan, all smiles on the Falcons sideline, and I think just utter disappointment on the Panthers side. I really thought they were going to win this football game. Really, really believed they were going to win this football game.
mean, there's been talk about this game all summer, so all
And
this
that
just
is going to do it.
doesn't feel good.
The Carolina Panthers are going to fall to 0-1 on the season as they lose to the Atlanta Falcons. This is the Falcons' first.
Can we get a 0-1 and a 1-0 on the scoreboard?
This is the Falcons' first win on week 1 since 2017 when they beat the Bears. And the number 1 overall pick in their debut struggle continues. We are now 21 years into the curse, and it was not broken by Bryce Young. The Atlanta Falcons defeat the Carolina Panthers 24-10 as their final score. We are going to go on commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have a quick pregame show and then send it off. Falcons with the victory. Good game to all the Falcons fans. And for you Panthers fans, don't worry yet. We still got a lot of coverage on here. And this is just week 1 of the season. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to Uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all this paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper.
And welcome back to the Carolina Cast postgame show. I'm Chris Verma alongside Sam Durham as the Carolina Panthers drop their first game of the season to the Atlanta Falcons. 24-10 is your final score. So, Sam, I want to ask you, what are your takeaways from this game? And did you really expect a poor performance like this?
I mean, I expected poor, but not this poor. I mean, I was very disappointed in what we got today for sure, specifically from Bryce Young. I mean, I wanted a lot more like longer passes, which we didn't get. And then the run game from Miles Sanders, not really elite today. It was kind of just so-so. And turnovers, I didn't expect. I don't remember a game where we turned the ball over more than twice last season. So, not a good football game, and it's unfortunate to see regression at this point, but at the end of the day, there's a chance that this is a missed quarterback class. I mean, I know we've been hearing a lot about it, but I said this at the beginning of last year, and I'm going to say it again, as the Saints just got a big pass that beat the Titans. I'm going to say that, like, next year's quarterback class is going to be better. I don't know. I'll say it on air here, but
Yeah, some of the notable quarterbacks going into next year's class: Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jordan Travis, and company.
well, I mean, with that Sanders kid too, and they have McCarthy now in that class.
Sanders. Yep. So let's go and check out the stat line. So Sam, Bryce Young's stat line for this game: 20 for 38, 146 passing yards, a passing touchdown, and 2 interceptions. He was sacked twice in this game. I mean, that is, you can definitely say that is a rookie start for Bryce Young. But, I mean, 2 of those interceptions were just really awful throws. He threw the football 38 times in his debut, which I think is just way too much.
Yeah, and it's definitely an interesting stat line. I mean, I would have expected a little more passing yards for him today for sure. But the quarterbacks didn't really fare so well today. CJ Stroud, he goes very similar. 23 for 38, 209 yards. He got sacked 5 times.
His O-line's a little worse.
And Anthony Richardson just exited the game because of injury. So
yeah, so Gardner Minshew is in right now.
Gardner Minshew just goes 0 for 2 real quick. And yeah, 4 o'clock games coming up. They should be pretty good, but for Carolina, it's not going to be that fun of a bus ride or plane or however they're getting back home.
Yeah, I believe it's by plane. They flew to Atlanta. And we can look at the rushing stats as well. Miles Sanders had 18 carries for 72 yards. Chuba Hubbard had half of those for 60 rushing yards. Bryce Young, 17 rushing yards. Laviska Shenault had 2 handoffs playing the wide back position, only for 5 yards. But receiving-wise, Sam, Hayden Hurst is probably one of the only positives on the offensive side of the ball for Carolina today. 5 receptions for 41 yards, and Bryce Young's first career receiving touchdown. Or excuse me, passing.
Yeah, what would you say was the biggest positive today, Krish? I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what it was, so.
I think it's definitely going to be defense, and you know what? I'm going to say it. I think it was Brian Burns and Derek Brown, our 2 leaders on defense, and then especially even Frankie Lou. Frankie Lou was expected to have another breakout season, and it started off pretty well. 7 tackles, 3 solo tackles, 1 sack. But Brian Burns, I mean, he's showing why he's expected to get paid big. 7 total tackles, 4 solo, 1.5 sacks. Derek Brown just had a monster game, though. 9 total sacks, 8 solo, 1 sack, and then 2 tackles for loss in this game.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest here. This division, we thought that the Panthers were going to win at the beginning of the season. We didn't really see it, but also Brian Burns' contract situation, I'm not sure if today really helps his case or not, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, they are very far from a deal, which at least we've gotten from reports or NFL insiders.
I mean, it is just a shame how little draft capital that the Panthers have now, too.
Mm-hmm.
The next time the Panthers will have a first and a second in the same year is 2026. So,
and I mean, regarding maybe they even trade those in the near future for more talent, we don't even know. But I will have to say, our player of the game, and definitely not a Panthers player, has to go to Jesse Bates. 2 interceptions off Bryce Young and a forced fumble in this one. He did go off with an injury, but he also had 10 tackles, 5 solo tackles in this game. An incredible game.
Most games, I would say it'd be Tyler Algier, but just without Bates played today, it's probably going to be him. Algier in a very close second, though, and Bijan as well. Those 3 really did it all for the Falcons today. I mean, Pitts, he had a couple of good catches. He was good at blocking. I mean, I'm going to be honest, London didn't do
literally nothing. 0 receptions for 0 yards, and he only had 1 target.
I mean, I don't know what's up with that, so that's a little interesting, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, if you look at the rushing, Tyler Algier had 15 carries for 75 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Bijan Robinson, 10 carries for 56 yards. No rushing touchdowns, but he had 6 receptions for 27 yards and 1 receiving touchdown.
And
so I think that might be enough to wrap us off, Sam.
Yeah, week 2, I don't know what time you plan on starting the stream or not. I think the game starts at does the game start at 7 or 8? I forget.
The
when
game starts at 7:15 due to the Monday night doubleheader.
Yeah, it's all about that TV money. I guess you need to figure out whether you're gonna watch that game or not with the ongoing Spectrum ESPN beef.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna need a screen share from someone else. That's for sure.
I can maybe do that or something. We'll see. But 7:15 on Monday. We'll probably start the stream at 7. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
So you guys
7,
can
maybe 6:45. But it's the
see
first
behind
time.
me. That white button that my PS5 controller is hovering over is the subscribe button. Make sure that you click it before heading out today. And we got a lot of. Hey, listen. Oh, a little bit of an interesting message.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna take them off.
Nah, keep him on. Keep him on. We
good.
need our. Oh wow, jeez.
I don't. We can't have bad words in the comment section, so
I didn't read the whole thing. Anyway, hey, the team may have not played well, but today we definitely performed well statistically. I mean, we were capping at 15 viewers the most of the stream, so
yeah. So we appreciate it from all you guys. We appreciate the support. I know there were a lot of Falcons fans watching today, but you know what? That's why we do those games.
fine. I mean, this is technically supposed to be a regional broadcast, but I tried to provide as many Falcons perspectives as I can, but it kind of got less and less as the game went on because I didn't feel like talking about them. So,
with that all being said, we are going to end this stream. Thank you all for watching. The Carolina Panthers fall to 0-1 on the season, but next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Carolina Cast is going live with the Panthers versus the Saints. Monday Night Football. Bryce Young's first game at Bank of America Stadium. But that's not it. We'll have a podcast coming out tomorrow. You can check that out on Spotify and YouTube. Another one coming out either Thursday or Friday, also on Spotify and YouTube. And this Saturday, watch South Carolina versus Georgia on the Carolina Cast. That is our college football game of the week. Make sure you tune into College Game Day on week 3 this Saturday morning.
Do you have anything on Sunday since the Panthers aren't playing, or what do we?
So our primetime game is technically just going to be the Panthers game. So we're actually going pretty low for week 2. So not a lot coming, but I will tell you this. You check out our schedule. We have a lot of content coming for October and November because basketball's starting. We're doing extra primetime games, but everything's starting to come hand in hand. So a lot of Carolina Cast content coming out in the future.
Yep, I think that wraps us up here. We thank you all for watching, and Monday Night Football. I mean, it's hard for this team to take a step back, so we're ready. We hope that you guys are, and thanks for tuning in today.
Thank you all for watching. Next week is week 2 of the Carolina Panthers season. Remember to keep pounding, and we will see you all next week.